Live on a Friday night at Utah Grizzlies Hockey, as it's the first of a three-game weekend series as the Grizzlies take on the Bloomington Bison. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting here on a Friday night. I'm hanging out at the Grizz Cave just outside the Grizzlies team store at Maverick Center. The Grizzlies are over in the Central Time Zone taking on the Bloomington Bison for the first time ever. Grizz have played pretty good hockey as of late as they are 6-3 over their last 9 games. And Utah has scored 43 goals in their last 10 games. Despite the Wednesday night loss 3-1 to Cincinnati, Utah has won 4 of their last 6 games. Bloomington's played pretty good hockey as of late as they are 5-1-1 over their last 7 contests. And the Bison over that 7-game stretch has outscored opponents 27-14. So Bloomington's probably playing their best hockey of the season. They just got goaltender Yaniv Peretz back from the AHL, and he'll get the start in net for the Bison. Bloomington comes in with a record of 15-16, 1-2, and the Grizzlies are 11-19-3. On Wednesday night, Cincinnati took a 2-0 lead as Chaz Sharp and Marko Sikic each scored first-period goals. Lincoln Griffin extended Cincinnati's lead to 3-0 as he scored on the power play 4:10 into the second. Grizzlies got on the board as Derek Dashke scored Utah's lone tally. That was an even 18 minutes into the second period with Keaton Mastrodonato and Neil Shea picking up an assist. Dashke has 3 power play goals this season. Mastrodonato and Shea each have 3 power play assists over the last 3 games, and the Grizzlies have 3 power play goals over the last 3 games. Cincinnati outshot Utah 37-16. Utah was 1 for 3 on the power play. Cincinnati was 2 for 4. Jake Barczewski did a great job keeping the Grizzlies within striking distance as he saved 34 of 37. Barczewski's been outstanding in his last 6 appearances, where he has a 4-2 record with a .920 save percentage and a 2.70 goals against average. Barczewski will get the start in net for the Grizzlies. He'll be going up against Yaniv Peretz, who's got a record of 4-2-1 with a .929 save percentage with the Bison this season. Peretz appeared in one NHL game with the Carolina Hurricanes last season, and Peretz actually played in a period in an NHL game this season with the Carolina Hurricanes. So it should be a fun one here tonight. Good goaltending matchup. And for the Grizzlies, they're going up against a very unfamiliar Bloomington Bison team, although their top scorer, Eddie Matsushima, spent 3 years with the Tulsa Oilers. And Matsushima really had a good 2022 Kelly Cup playoff series against Utah, where he scored 3 goals and 1 assist in 6 games. Well, the Grizzlies over the last 2 days have made quite a few roster moves. In fact, they picked up 3 new players, and they also got Brian Yoon back from the AHL's Colorado Eagles. Yoon appeared in 2 games with Colorado earlier this week, and he'll be back in the Grizzlies lineup, and he will be paired up with Derek Dashke. 3 players are making their Grizzlies debut tonight, and we'll tell you who they are on the other side. We're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting. Earlier today, Brian Yoon was reassigned to the Grizzlies from the AHL's Colorado Eagles. In 19 games with Utah this season, Yoon has 4 goals and 8 assists and a +3 rating. He'll be paired up tonight with Derek Dashke. Dashke leads Utah with a +6 rating, and he's been a consistent scorer all season long, as Dashke has a point in 18 of 26 games this season. He had Utah's lone goal on Wednesday night in the 3-1 loss to the Cincinnati Cyclones. Well, after Wednesday night's game, the Grizzlies went out and picked up a few new players. Chad Hillebrand was reassigned to the Grizzlies from the AHL's Colorado Eagles yesterday. Hillebrand will be on the top forward line with Neil Shea and Keaton Mastrodonato. Hillebrand had 1 assist and 8 penalty minutes in 11 games for the Eagles this season. Hillebrand also appeared in 2 games with the Eagles at the end of the 2023-24 season. He does have a familiar face in Cole Gallant, as those guys were teammates at Western Michigan University for 3 seasons from 2020 through 2023. Hillebrand played 4 years total at Western Michigan University, where he had 17 goals and 35 assists. Hillebrand was a combined plus 31 in 4 college seasons. He's got pretty good size at 6'4" and 201 pounds, and he will wear number 44 for the Grizzlies tonight. And as I mentioned, he will be paired up with Keaton Mastrodonato and Neil Shea on the Grizzlies' top forward line. Yesterday, the Grizzlies picked up a defenseman in Cooper Jones in a trade with the Jacksonville Icemen. I believe the Grizzlies gave up either future considerations or cash considerations in the deal. Jones appeared in 18 games with Jacksonville this season, scoring 1 goal. He also has appeared in 89 ECHL games in his career, scoring 1 goal and 5 assists. Jones has pro experience in this league with Adirondack, Idaho, Jacksonville, Rapid City, and Trois-Rivières, and he also has SPHL experience with Evansville, Knoxville, Macon, and Pensacola. Last season with the Idaho Steelheads, Cooper Jones was a teammate with Keaton Mastrodonato. Jones will wear number 43 for the Grizzlies tonight, and he is one of 6 defensemen on Ryan Kanasewicz's lineup sheet. He will be paired up with Cody Corbett. Earlier today, the Grizzlies signed a defenseman named Hunter Warner. Warner has appeared in 193 American Hockey League games with the Iowa Wild in a 6-season stretch from 2016 through 2021. Warner scored 4 goals and 15 assists and had 211 penalty minutes in his career with the Wild. Warner appeared in 18 games with a team in France last season, scoring 1 goal and 2 assists. Or actually, that was in the 2022-23 season where he appeared in 18 games in France. Last season, he played in 1 game for Asiago HC in Austria. Warner will wear number 40 for the Grizzlies, and he is a massive 6'4" and 223 pounds. After the 2020-21 season with the Iowa Wild, he left pro hockey and pursued a career as a professional boxer. There's actually an interview on, if you Google his name, an interview that he did with Chris Mannix a few years ago, talking about his desire to become a pro boxer. We'll see if he'll mix things up here tonight. Hunter Warner will be paired up tonight with Andrew Nilsson, as the Grizzlies do have kind of a rebuilt defensive unit tonight against the Bloomington Bison. Well, on average this season, the Bison have scored 2.5 goals per game, but they're on a pretty good stretch where they have 27 goals over their last 7 games. When we come back, we'll go over the lineups for both teams. It's the Grizzlies and the Bison coming up next, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West, or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting. Unfortunately, we don't see the starters yet for each team, but we do know the 18 skaters for both the Grizzlies and the Bloomington Bison. Let's start out with the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who have a record of 11-19-3 this season. They're 4-11-1 on the road this year. They're led by fourth-year head coach Ryan Kanasowicz. The assistant coach is Christian Horn. Equipment manager is Jackson Hibbard. And the athletic trainer is Colin Lee. Starting in net is Jake Barczewski. This will be his 13th appearance this year. He has a record of 4-4 with a 3.89 goals against average and .886 save percentage. Barczewski made the save of the week and maybe even the save of the year last Saturday in a 5-4 victory over the Kansas City Mavericks. Barczewski's been outstanding over his last 6 games with a .920 save percentage. Barzo is 6'1" and 180 pounds out of O'Fallon, Missouri. We'll talk about O'Fallon a little bit here later on in the program. Vinny Duplessis, the backup goaltender tonight. Unfortunately, we don't have the starters listed on the ECHL app, but we do know the 6 defensemen for the Grizzlies tonight will include Derek Dashke and Brian Yoon. That's the top defensive pairing. Dashke's a +6 this season, and he has 6 goals and 19 assists, and he's in the top 7 among all league defensemen in points. Brian Yoon's been an impactful player The Grizzlies have a record of 11-6-2 in the 19 games that he has played in. Andrew Nilsson will be paired up with Hunter Warner, and that's a big defensive pairing. Andrew Nilsson goes 6'2" and 218 pounds, and Hunter Warner making his Grizzlies debut. He goes 6'4" and 223 pounds. Cody Corbett's got 2 goals in his last 3 games. He'll be on a defensive pairing with Cooper Jones. That's the third defensive pairing tonight. Jones is making his Grizzlies debut. He had 1 goal in 18 games with the Jacksonville Icemen earlier this season. The top forward line for the Grizzlies will be Neil Shea, Keaton Mastrodonato, and Chad Hillebrand. Hillebrand's making his league and Grizzlies debut. Hillebrand appeared in 13 games over the last 2 seasons with the Colorado Eagles, and he reunites with Cole Gallant. They were college teammates for 3 seasons at Western Michigan University. Second forward line from left to right is Reed Lepster, Cole Fonstad, and Briley Wood. Wood's been outstanding as of late for the Grizzlies. In fact, he leads all Grizzlies forwards with 26 points this season, 12 goals, and 14 assists. Third forward line from left to right includes Luke Manning with the captain Mick Messner and Cole Gallant. Messner was named Grizzlies captain before Wednesday's game against Cincinnati. Fourth forward line from left to right is Adam Berg, Cade Nilsson, and Dylan Fitz. Fitz has 6 goals and 6 assists in 28 games this season. So that's the 12 forwards for the Grizzlies, who are wearing a white jersey with black numbers and professional green trim. Bloomington's in a red jersey with a little bit of black mixed in, black trim, white numbers in the back of the jersey. Thank the good Lord for that. Bloomington's played good hockey as of late. They are 5-1-1 over their last 7 games. Yanni Peretz is going to get the start in net. This will be his 8th appearance this season. He has a record of 4-2-1 with a 2.27 goals against average and .929 save percentage. Well, unfortunately, we still don't have the starters listed on the ECHL app, although it does look like Josh Boyer is going to be one of the starters as he comes out to a darkened Grossinger Motors Arena. Boyer is going to be wearing number 16. He has 8 goals and 2 assists in 27 games. And Boyer tonight is on a line with Maxime Barbashev and Connor Lockhart. So we believe that's the starting forward line for the Bloomington Bison. Zach Hoffman might be a starter for Bloomington. He'll be wearing number 6. Hoffman played earlier this season with Rapid City and was recently acquired in a trade. Carter Berger is also going to be in there for Bloomington wearing number 3. Berger played at Western Michigan University, and he was a teammate with both Cole Gallant and Chad Hillebrand. 6 defensemen for Bloomington. Jake Murray and Bryce Montgomery are going to be a defensive pairing, as is Berger and Hoffman. Matt Stradaker is going to be paired up with Case McCarthy. That's the 6th defenseman for Bloomington tonight. The top forward line for Bloomington includes a couple guys who have played against the Grizzlies in the past. Gavin Gould has some experience with Allen against the Grizzlies this season. He'll be wearing number 91. Gould has 1 goal and 5 assists in 14 games. Eddie Matsushima has probably more experience than anybody else against Utah in his time with the Tulsa Oilers. In fact, Matsushima in 17 regular season games against Utah has 3 goals and 5 assists. And he'll be paired up with Chongmin Lee, who was born in Seoul, Korea. Lee has 7 goals and 19 assists in 34 games. We'll come back and have face-off over at Grossinger Motors Arena. I'm Tyson Whiting, hanging out at the Grizz Cave just outside the Grizzlies team store, and hopefully we'll have a good one, and hopefully for the Grizzlies, it'll be a good night for 2 standings points. We'll come back and have face-off on the other side. You've been listening to the pregame report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
It's a great night for hockey as two big standings points are on the line as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Bloomington Bison for the first time ever. The Bison are one of two expansion franchises that came into the league. The Tahoe Night Monsters are the other new addition to the league. The captains, Eddie Matsushima for Bloomington, and Mick Messner in his second game as Grizzlies captain as of the ceremonial puck drop at center ice in a darkened Grossinger Motors Arena. For the Grizzlies, they're looking to turn the page from Wednesday night's 3-1 loss to the Cincinnati Cyclones, where they were outshot 37-16. But it was another great performance by Jake Barczewski, who kept the Grizzlies in it throughout. Unfortunately, we still don't know who the starters are. It looks like we got multiple puck drops over in Bloomington. And Mick Messner, the captaincy really fits him well. It's not the first time he's been a captain, as he wore the C for the Madison Capitals in the USHL in the 2017-2018 season. We do know the starting goaltenders are going to be Jake Barczewski on the Grizzlies side, the first-year pro out of Michigan. Before that was Keaton Mastrodonato's teammate at Canisius College for three seasons, actually 4 seasons at Canisius. Yanni Peretz is going to get the start for Bloomington. Looks like the Grizzlies will start out with the forward line of Keaton Mastrodonato, along with Chad Hillebrand and Neil Shea. Actually, it's going to be Reed Lepster. He's out there with Wood and Fonstad. That's the 3 starting forwards. And the starting defensive pairing is Dashke and Hume, as we see it just as everybody else is. And Barbashev, Boyer, and Lockhart are going to be the starting forwards for the Bison. 2 referees tonight, Harrison O'Prey and Curtis Paré are the referees. Felix Antoine Voyer and Vaughn Upton are the linesmen. Grizzlies in the white jerseys, white helmets, black numbers, professional green trim will skate from left to right. As we see it on Flow Sports, Bloomington wins the draw. They'll pitch it ahead off a Barbashev stick. It goes deep in the Grizzlies zone, run down by Brian Yoon, who was reassigned to the Grizzlies from Colorado earlier today. He played in 2 games with Colorado and didn't register a point. Yoon over the line, tries to skip it on net towards Peretz. It's cut off by Barbashev for Bloomington. Bison get knocked down at their line, and the Grizzlies dump it back in. Peretz behind his net will feed it off the right wing boards. Puck goes to neutralize. Somebody off the screen knifed it away as Utah will loft it into the Bison zone. Bloomington gathers it. Oh, boy, it looks like Bloomington hired one of the Tulsa Oilers camera operators for this season. As Briley Wood takes it away in the left wing, he'll skate towards the far wing boards. Grizzlies in the attack zone. He tried to get it up top towards Warner. Now Warner, right side, righty shot goes wide. Peretz might have gotten a piece of it with his blocker. Hunter Warner is making his Grizzlies debut. He spent 6 seasons in the AHL with the Iowa Wild. As Bloomington skates down the middle, lefty shot, glove saved by Barczewski. That was taken by Brett Budgel, who's got 10 goals and 12 assists in 23 games this season. So we get our first whistle 1 minute and 2 seconds into the contest. Who's your pick to click tonight? Who's going to be the star for the Grizzlies? I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go with Hillebrand in his Grizzlies debut. He's paired up with Neil Shea and Keaton Mastrodonato. I know Melissa's going to go with Brian Yoon as her pick to click. That might be a good choice as well. Draw's going to be over in the right circle of the Grizzlies zone. As draw won by Utah, Andrew Nilsson will move it ahead, looking for a cutter out in front that might have been Briley Wood. Now Neil Shea gets it right side. He's in the offensive zone. He centers it, and it's picked off by Bloomington. Might be a filling out process early on. Jake Murray steps over the line, left wing, and he'll fire a shot that's blocked away by Barczewski, and the puck goes off the screen. And heavens knows where the puck is. Looks like he had to be there. Actually, the puck looks like it went out of play. Dron's going to come back into the Grizzlies zone. So it looks like our prayers last night for a good camera operator have gone unanswered. As we're still early on here in this contest, 1 minute and 21 seconds in. Dron's going to be over in the left wing. We're doing a remote broadcast, so please be patient with us. Sometimes the details go missing from time to time. Looks like Fitz is out there with Cade Nilsson and Adam Berg. Nilsson will take the draw, but it's won by Bloomington. Bloomington in the red jersey, high slot, lefty shot goes wide. That was taken by Strassenker, Matt Strassenker for Bloomington. Puck in the right corner, 2-on-2 battle. As Corbett looks nearby, Bloomington gathers the puck. Strassenker, he's along the left wing, looked to center to a cutter out in front. That was Matsushima, but the pass went wide. Matsushima, right side with long hair, will spin it along the boards, left corner. Corbett battles with a Bison player. Corbett will shuffle it ahead as Cole Gallant will kick it towards Luke Manning. Manning chases after it deep in the Bison zone. He'll gather it a stride before a Bison skater. Mick Messner, the captain, drops it for Gallant, who's got an A on his sweater. Gallant skates towards the right point. Now feed it across, but it goes to neutralize and off a Daschke's stick. Bloomington dance around their bench areas. We're just getting underway. 17:47 and counting's left in the first as the Bison have taken one shot, and Utah is yet to fire away on Peretz. Bison backing out deep in their own zone, skating from right to left as the Bison will pitch it out to center ice, and they'll bank it off the boards near Utah's bench. Grizzlies will skate around their net. That's Derek Daschke, we believe, as he tried to get it towards Shea, who gets back checked at the Utah line and gets knocked down. Bloomington will skate back deep in their own zone as Jake Murray with a diagonal pass that's picked off of the center ice logo by Dylan Fitz. He'll feed it back to Daschke, across to Yoon, who's wearing number 4. Yoon's in his 20th game this season, across back to Daschke. It's about 3 minutes in. Diagonal pass towards the right, looking for Adam Berg, goes wide of the mark. Berg runs it down deep in the Bison zone as he gathers the loose puck. As the puck went towards the right circle, Bison get it back. Very much a filling out process. Neither team's really had much puck possession here early on before losing it. Grizzlies get it back as Bloomington was settling into the offensive zone. Grizzlies trying to get it towards Cole Fonstad as he was cutting towards the middle of the ice. Bloomington skates back in, right side, righty shot is kicked away by Barcheski as Barbashev throws it behind Utah's net. Now loose puck, run down in the corner by Lee. He tried to get it up top. Puck goes back to neutral ice as Bloomington back at their line loses the puck. As Briley Wood gathers it, he's got 26 points this season. He'll feed it back towards Warner. Hunter Warner wearing number 40, 6'4" and 223 pounds. Andrew Nelson up ahead. Pass goes off of Wood and towards the Bloomington line. Bison over to the right side. They'll backhand it in from neutral ice. Barcheski stays in his net. Warner chases after it. He'll get it towards Nilsson, who gets occupied over in the right corner. Fonstad nearby. Now the puck up top. And looks like it was cleared into the Bloomington zone as the camera operator is having a tough time moving to his right. As we're 4 minutes in, still no score. The Bison have taken 2 shots, and the Grizzlies have yet to take one. Bison on the left wing stepping over the offensive line before they get bounced to the boards by Cooper Jones in his Grizzlies debut. Utah ices the puck, and looks like the whistle blows with 15:41 left in the first. It's just the start of things, so grab some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice and enjoy part of Friday with us. As it really does look like both teams are trying to see the strengths and weaknesses of each other, trying to get a little bit of a feel. There were maybe a couple, 2 or 3 players that had spent some time in the Mountain Division, in particular Gavin Gould and Eddie Matsushima, but there's a lot of players that are facing the Grizzlies for the first time. And vice versa. A lot of Grizzlies players who are unfamiliar with the personnel on the Bloomington side. Because not only do these teams not see each other, of course, it's the first meeting all time between the clubs, but they don't even play the same common opponents. Off the draw, high slot shot is blocked away by Barcheski. Grizzlies come back. Nasher Donato tries to feed it across, and it glanced off a stick, and it flies out of play. 15:30 left in the first. Draw is going to be in the Bloomington zone, as it looks like a bit of a late arriving crowd over at Grossinger Motors Arena. Peretz in front of his net. He is 6'1" and 185 pounds. Grizzlies at the forward line of Chad Hillebrand, Keaton Masha Donato, and Neil Shea on the ice. All 3 skaters have experienced this season with the AHL's Colorado Eagles. Hillebrand has played in 11 games with Colorado this year and has 1 assist and 8 penalty minutes. Masha Donato will take the draw, but it's won by Bloomington. Bison rolled along the boards, in particular Jake Murray. Puck goes back deep in the Bison zone. Grizzlies in control of the puck. Neil Shea along the right wing boards, dance around. He skates towards the point. Now he fires on net. Peretz makes a save and holds on as Utah gets their first shot of the game. And that came with 15:16 left in the first as Neil Shea fired away from the right point. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Looks like Utah might keep the same forwards on the ice as Hillebrand stays out there with Shea and Masha Donato. Neil Shea has 6 points, 1 goal, and 5 assists in his last 3 games. Shea in 16 games this year has 14 goals and 10 assists, and he also has a shooting percentage of 21.5. Draw goes past Shea. He'll hustle after it. He'll feed it towards Hillebrand. Shot saved by Peretz, and the Bison clear it out. Yoon and Daschke stride after it. No icing as Barcheski will lay it for Daschke along the far boards. As we're 5 minutes in, Bison have taken 3 shots. Grizzlies have 2, both of them, I believe, by Neil Shea. As the Bison back deep in their own zone, and they'll move it ahead. Bison get out to center ice, and in particular, number 10, Brett Brett Badgel, who's a +9 this season. Puck to the left wing. Mastrodonato clears it back to center. Bison will diagonal pass out to the right side towards the Grizzlies bench. Utah gets it back. Grizzlies moving quickly here tonight. Up ahead towards Manning. Manning skeets towards the right corner, loses his bounce, gets back to his feet, and he'll drop it for another Grizzly as they get bounced along the near boards. Bison clear it back towards the Utah line. Yoon hustles after it as he gets a stride before Gavin Gould. Matsushima gets cut off by McMessner. Messner, the Grizzlies captain, stops along the far goal line deep in the Grizzlies zone. Now he stops behind Barczewski's net. He'll get it out to the left side for Yoon, who pitchforks it out to center ice. Grizzlies will chip it to the left side as they were looking for a cutter. Pass goes off a stick. And now there's a battle in front of Bloomington's bench. Bison enter the zone with momentum. 2-on-2. Bison center it out in front. Puck glanced off the stick of Corbett. And taking it is Hunter Warner. Hunter Warner skeets towards the right corner. He'll get it out to center ice. Puck goes back over to Eddie Matsushima, the former Tulsa Oiler. He'll backhand it ahead. Oilers have numbers. Cha-Ming Lee swings and misses on a centering pass out in front, looking for Matsushima. Grizzlies will bank it off the near glass. Utah trying to chip it towards Berg. He got a stick lifted. Bison will bounce one out to center ice. Grizzlies hustle after it in the near side. That's Cade Nelson. So push it back towards a Grizzlies defenseman. And Utah chips it back towards Manning as we're 6.5 minutes in. Still no score. Bison have outshot the Grizzlies 4-2. Bloomington chips it out to center ice. Matsushima skates down the middle with momentum. And now he'll back it out. Bison drop it over. Zach Hoffman, righty shot. That's blocked away before it got to Barczewski. Hoffman used to play with Rapid City. As a Bison fire on net, Barczewski makes the save. Grizzlies will tap it off the glass. And it flies out of play towards the camera that we're trying to watch the game on. Hopefully it bounced off the glass or else it's going to be delay of game. 12:59 is left in the first. Still no score. Bison have outshot the Grizzlies 5-2. We're back in 1 minute as we're underway over at Bloomington's Grossinger Motors Arena. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Dylan Fitz gave a fan a souvenir from his own zone, 7:01 into the first period. And so the Grizzlies are going to be shorthanded for 2 minutes as Dylan Fitz gets 2 minutes for delay of game. Bison have 2 shots from Jake Murray and Zach Hoffman. Boyer and Stroudenker also have shots as Grizzlies have 2 shots, one by Shea and the other by Chad Hillebrand. Grizzlies clear it out to center as Utah try to get it towards Shea as he was cutting towards the Bloomington zone down the middle of the ice. As Matsushima moves to the right side, now centering pass shot. And that's blocked away by Barczewski. Now backhander towards the net by Boyer goes wide. As the Bison skeet towards the right corner. Bloomington feeds to Matsushima at the far goal line. He'll nudge it back to the right point. As the Bison will drop it off right side. As Murray over towards Matsushima, glanced off of his stick. Now back towards, we believe, Murray. He pitches up top. Somebody off the screen in the right side, high slot. And now taking it is Berger. They'll throw it to the right side. Lefty shot goes wide as they miss the net stick side on Barczewski. Shea gets held up along the near wing boards. Yoon trying to shovel it out. 3-on-3 pile over along the near wall. Dashke holds up Matsushima. As we're halfway through the Bison's first power play of the game, Bakov, wearing number 17, will throw it off the far wing boards, run down by a Bloomington defenseman. Now Bakov gets it up top, but the puck goes all the way into the Bison zone as the pass went wide of the mark. Grizzlies will make a line change, and so will the Bison. Still no score. 45 seconds left in Bloomington's first power play, and 11:40 and counting's left in the first. Bison out to center ice. Will move it to their right. Bloomington settles over the offensive line. Over the right wing, Westcott will skate towards the left corner, gets around Nielsen. Westcott will throw it up top looking for a teammate over on the right side. Grizzlies picking off. Grizzlies will dump it all the way in, as does Chad Hillebrand. Hillebrand chasing after Bloomington as they negotiate their way out to center ice. Hillebrand, despite being 6'4", looks like he moves around pretty well. Gavin Gould steps over the offensive line, skates horizontally. Now lay it to the right point. And now Gould gets it back at the far goal line. As a Bison feed it up top. And now back towards Gould. He gets his stick lifted on a pass from Chase McCarthy. And now to the left wing. McCarthy will skate towards the left point. They'll backhand it towards the left corner. It ricochets behind the net as the Bison try to feed it out in front. Grizzlies glanced it away. Utah will shovel it ahead. Horizontal pass towards the Bloomington line. Bison picking off, and they skate back in. Westcott skates in. Right wing shot saved by Barcheski. Now Westcott feeds it to somebody off the screen, and that is Murray. Grizzlies take it, and Utah will cross center ice. Dylan Fitz out of the box. Will fire one on net, and he will skate off the ice. Actually, we had no clue where the pass ended up because it was off the screen. As we're about halfway through the first period, still no score. Bison have outshot the Grizzlies 7-2. Bison step over the offensive line. Does Budgel. Brett's his first name. He skates towards the left corner. Grizzlies take it away. Utah crosses center ice. Young on the back check lost it. Puck goes towards the center ice logo. Dashke will move it to his left. Grizzlies dump it in. Gallant chases after it. Bloomington will skate towards the far wing boards deep in their own zone. Grizzlies trying to poke it away, but Bloomington carries it out to center ice. Now up ahead, Matsushima gets behind the defense back end. Shot and a score. Actually, it's Jake Murray, who gives the Bison a 1-0 lead. He scores 9:52 into the first. Boy, Murray just got around the Grizzlies defense and fired a backhander towards and past Barcheski. Murray, who's got experience with Cincinnati and Idaho, got past June, and he just chipped one past Barcheski. Murray's got good size at 6'3" and 216 pounds. He might be one of the stronger members of the Bison club. As Murray, as he was skating in, just kind of shoveled it towards Barcheski, and it went past him glove side. As they show the replay over and over again, actually looks like it went stick side on Barcheski on the look from behind Utah's net. So it's a Bison 1, Grizzlies 0, halfway through the first period. As Bloomington gets held up as they were skating over the offensive line, Barbashev got picked up by Cade Nielsen. Grizzlies back deep in their own zone. Corbett around his net as Grizzlies will slice it ahead off a stick. Puck hippity hops out to center ice. Lebster over there with Nielsen. Now Lebster over the line, right wing. He'll skate towards the goal line. Now around the net towards the near side, trying to get it up top to Nielsen. He couldn't reach it, and the Grizzlies will race back after it. Cody Corbett gets at the near goal line, deep in the Grizzly zone. Utah skates from left to right here in the first period. Bison lead 1-0 on Jake Murray's third of the year. Grizzlies to the right side, cross center ice. Cade Nielsen tried to dump it in. Instead, ended up back towards Lebster. Right wing, he'll take a shot, saved by Peretz. And the whistle blows with 9:04 left in the first. Bloomington's outshot Utah 8-2, and Jake Murray scored his third of the year halfway through the first period. Murray's goal was assisted by P.J. Fletcher and Brett Budgel. 10:08 into the first period. Time out on the ice. We're back in 1 minute as the Bison lead 1-0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
It's Bloomington 1, Utah 0 as Jake Murray scored 10:08 in with P.J. Fletcher and Brett Budgel getting the assists. Bison have outshot the Grizzlies 8-2. Murray leads Bloomington with 3 shots. Neil Shea and the newest Grizzly, Chad Hillebrand, each have 1 shot on goal. As Bloomington wins the draw 11 minutes in, Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the first period. Up ahead, it glanced off a Bloomington stick at the Utah line. Grizzlies will pitchfork it out to center ice. Neil Shea chases after it as Bloomington to the right side gets it to center ice. Backhand pass towards the left is a soft one, but it connects towards Bloomington's Eddie Matsushima. Now back to the near goal line. Bakov in the area as he holds up Hillebrand, delivering a big-time hit as Hunter Warner as the puck goes through the crease towards the far side. Masha Donato will spin it across. Puck ricochets off the stick of Murray towards the near side. Murray and Matsushima each have long hair. As Nilsson over to the right side, he gets back-checked by Badgel, who's a +9 this season, now a +10. Turnover, right side, righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. What a stop as the Grizzlies turned it over in the right circle. And Barcheski with a big-time save to keep it a 1-0 game with 8:16 left in the first. He holds on. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Well, Andrew Nelson fed it across as he tried to skip it towards the Grizzlies bench. It was picked off, and taking the shot was Connor Lockhart, who's got 7 goals in 31 games this season. And Barcheski made a big-time save to bail out the Grizzlies. Bloomington's up to 9 shots to Utah's 2 here early on. Draws on the right side. Bloomington wins the draw. They skeet towards the high slot, shuffling towards the left. As Bloomington will drop it off in the left point, taking it Stronenker. He'll take a lefty shot. That's blocked away. Barcheski was in the area with 3 or 4 bodies. Now the puck to the left corner as camera operator wobbles back and forth as Grizzlies gather the puck. Lepster out to center ice. Will move it to his left. Fonstad skates along the left side. He'll take a lefty shot. And saved by Peretz. He holds on as Fonstad still looking for his first goal as a Grizzly. He got his way around a Bloomington defender, and he was able to fire away on Peretz on a grade A chance. But Yanniv Peretz, who's got 2 games of NHL experience, he was able to hold on as there's 7:53 left in the first. So the Grizzlies are up to 3 shots. Shea, Hillebrand, and Fonstad each have 1 shot for Utah. Fonstad will take the draw. He's got Lepster to his right and Briley Wood to his left. Bloomington wins the draw. Puck along the near side. Now Bloomington will feed it across, and they cross center ice. Bloomington over the offensive line, skating down the middle. Now they'll shuffle the puck towards the left corner. Grizzlies trying to box him out. One-on-one battle as Yoon throws a Bison player along the boards. As Fonstad gets side-checked by a Bison player. Now Bloomington skates out of the pile looking for a centering pass, but that one's shoveled away. Grizzlies banking off the near boards. Dashke gets their stride late. Now Dashke gets it back. Utah over the offensive line. Dashke trying to move it towards the right corner, and the puck didn't go very far as Bloomington will ricochet it off the near wall. Dashke up ahead. Somebody off the screens chasing after it. And now Bloomington gets the puck deep in their own zone. It's the Bison. Will backhand it towards center ice as they were looking for Montgomery. Now the Bison step over the offensive line. Dalton Duarte gets it taken away. Grizzlies cross center ice. Gallant tried to dump it in, but he got spun around. Puck just went towards the Bison line. Now Bloomington will back it out deep in their own end as there's 6:45 and counting left in the first. Bloomington leads 1-0 on Jake Murray's 3rd of the year. He scored 10:08 in. Bison will dump it in towards the right side. Grizzlies deliver a big-time hit along the right corner. Utah will race out to neutralize. They get it towards Gallant, who tried to lunge it ahead. Puck goes just towards the Bloomington line. Now the Bison step over the offensive line towards the left corner. Taking the puck is Sam Cota, the 34-year-old oldest player on Bloomington. Over to the left point. Lefty shot goes wide. That was taken by Carter Berger, the first-year pro out of Western Michigan University. Grizzlies will toss it off the near boards. It goes behind Cade Nelson. Bloomington along the near side. Gavin Gould will gather it and he'll skate towards his near goal line. Now the Bison will pitchfork it out to the left side. As Bloomington will roll one out to the left wing for Matsushima, who steps over the offensive line. He'll tap it off the end boards. Gould gets it knifed away by Utah as Grizzlies towards the left corner. As Warner gets hit pretty hard by Chungming Lee. Right point, righty shot, saved by Barcheski, and he holds on after the puck bobbled off him for half a second. He's able to gather it along the far goal line. Barcheski holds on as there's 5:40 left in the first period. Bison have outshot the Grizzlies 10-3. We're back in 1 minute. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorrentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
It's Bloomington 1, Utah nothing. There's 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first period. Keaton Mastrodonato, we believe, will take the draw. Just could be nice if this camera operator would zoom in a little bit, as we're out in the cheap seats. We're in the euchre seats based on where this camera is, especially since the camera refuses to zoom in. Bloomington wins the draw. They'll toss off the near wing boards. And speaking of which, we were certainly saddened by the passing of Bob Euchre at the age of 90. Bloomington around Barczewski's net towards the near side. The net gets dislodged as a Grizzly player got pushed into it by a Bloomington player. So they put the net back in place. There's 5:27 left in the first. So draw's going to stay in the Grizzlies zone. Bloomington's had one power play tonight. Grizzlies have yet to go on the man advantage. As they put the net back in place, Barczewski wearing his customary number 39. The native actually was born in O'Fallon, Missouri. Not sure if he was raised there, but obviously Hockey DB says he was born there. O'Fallon, Missouri, I think has about 87,000 is their population. Bloomington, on the other hand, their population last I checked was somewhere around 78,000. Kind of a smaller place that's a couple hours away from Chicago, a couple hours away from St. Louis. Draw's actually going to be at neutral ice. Chad Hillebrand wearing number 44. And one of the things you notice quickly just off this video feed is his size. 6'4" and 201 pounds, and he moves around pretty well. Hillebrand has been playing in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles, where he appeared in 11 games earlier this season. As they continue to work on the net that Barczewski's defending here in the first period. Barczewski was a college starter for 5 seasons. He was a 4-year starter at Canisius College, where in 100 games, he had a record of 44, 42, and 8 with a .917 save percentage. They're continuing to do some repairs on Barczewski's net, and as they do so, we'll come back in 30 seconds. The Bison lead the Grizzlies 1-0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitter.
Bloomington leads 1-0 as Jake Murray scored 10:08 into the first period. Looks like a modest-sized Friday night crowd. The seats over at Grossinger Motors Arena are blue, kind of a bright blue. It almost looks like Tulsa Oilers type of blue. Three players are making their Grizzlies debut tonight. We had mentioned Chad Hillebrand, who was a +31 combined in 4 seasons at Western Michigan University. Cooper Jones is also making his Grizzlies debut tonight. He's wearing number 43, and he's been paired up with Cody Corbett tonight. And Hunter Warner is back in North American Pro Hockey for the first time since he was a member of the Iowa Wild in the 2020-21 season. As they're continuing to work on the ice around the net that Barczewski's defending in the first period. Bison have outshot the Grizzlies 10-3 on Wednesday night when Cincinnati defeated Utah 3-1. They outshot the Grizzlies 37-16. One of the things that we have seen over the last few weeks where the Grizzlies have had some success is Utah at least being even up on the shot count this season. But the majority of games, Utah has been outshot. If you think about it, the Grizzlies this season have outshot opponents in 10 of 33 games. Grizzlies have a record of 5-3-2 in outshooting opponents. And when they've been outshot, the Grizzlies have a record of 6-16-1. It's the first of a 3-game series. Both teams will play tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And then Sunday afternoon, it'll be a 2 o'clock start. Grizzlies return home for a 6-game homestand beginning next Friday with the 3-game series against the Wichita Thunder. Don't forget, next Friday is an AFCU Friday, where tickets start just $12 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. And the repairs have been done. Bloomington wins the draw, and dumping it in is Jake Murray, who's been very active tonight, the 6'3", 216-pound defenseman. Grizzlies around the net. Hillebrand gets cut off along the right wing. Yoon kicks it to the right corner. Neil Shea will skate towards the point where Yoon vacates. Now Dashke to the right side. He'll skate towards his left. He'll take a lefty shot and it goes wide. Peretz didn't see it. Now Shea shovels it towards the net. It went wide to the mark as he was looking for Hillebrand. Right side, somebody off the screen takes a shot. Saved by Peretz. Grizzlies tried to roll it towards Shea, and the puck didn't get very far. And we get a whistle. Hillebrand was getting held up pretty good, and slashing is going to be the call, and I think that's going to be on Bloomington. As Hillebrand was trying to get it towards Shea, but Hillebrand's stick got held up by a Bison skater. So let's see. It looks like the penalty is going to be on the Bison as Utah will get their first power play of the game. And that was about as worthless a replay as we have ever seen, as they show the very, very tail end of the play. So it looks like going to the box is Bryce Montgomery, the big 6'5", 230-pound defenseman. This will be penalty minutes 13 and 14 for Montgomery on the year. Grizzlies go on the power play for the first time tonight. They were 1 for 3 on Wednesday night. Utah this season is 18 for 100. And my Kearns high math will say that's an even 18%. Bloomington's penalty kill is at 80.9%. And speaking of Kearns, I'm very sad that my favorite pizza place burned down a couple days ago. They're not a sponsor, so I'm not going to mention them by name, but that's a shame. I was going to have a pizza at that very place this upcoming Monday on the off day. Bloomington wins the drop. Archeski near goal line gathers the puck. He skates around his net. He'll push it to his right. Grizzlies skating from left to right, get across center ice. Utah over the line 3-on-3. Utah pushes to the left side. McMessner stops. He feeds it back to the left point. Now back towards Messner, across towards Gallant. He skates towards the right circle. He'll nudge it back towards Briley Wood, who leads Utah with 4 power play goals this season. His shot's blocked away by Matsushima. As Utah to the right point, Messner gets it across. Nielsen, lefty shot goes wide as it got blocked about 5 feet in front of Peretz. That was Andrew Nilsson taking the shot as opposed to Cade Nilsson. As Gallant along the near side, Grizzlies trying to keep it in. Puck bounced off a Messner stick and overpowers out to center ice. Bison will slide it ahead looking for Matsushima. He spins around near the Utah line. The puck goes towards the left corner deep in the Grizzlies zone. Utah will reshuffle the deck personnel-wise. As Dashke will move it to neutral ice. He'll come off the ice. Actually stays on. Bloomington skates in right wing. On a back check, Dashke took it away. He'll get it ahead. Less than 50 seconds left in the power play. Bison lead 1-0 on a goal from Jake Murray halfway through the first period. Utah skates over the offensive line. Neil Shea will negotiate his way towards the left corner. Now he gets it across. Left point, Masha Donato wings it back around the boards towards Shea as he gets held up along his right shoulder. Puck goes to Bloomington. They try to clear it out. It stays in left point. Grizzlies get it to the left circle. Now up top to Masha Donato. Back to the left side. Lefty shot. That one's blocked away by Peretz. Masha Donato gets along the right wing boards. Now up top to Dashke. He shoulder fakes. Now gets to Masha Donato. He'll take a righty shot. And that's blocked away by Murray. He's been outstanding. Hillebrand behind the net. Will backhand it towards his left. Now the Grizzlies get it back towards Hillebrand out in front of the net, but it goes all the way towards Peretz. Masha Donato, right side shot. Saved by Peretz. Boy, good look there by Masha Donato with 2 seconds left in the power play. He tried to fire it over the left shoulder of Peretz, but the Bloomington goaltender makes a great save. He holds on with 2:47 left in the first. Grizzlies have taken 2 shots in the power play. They're up to 5 on the night. Bloomington has taken 10 shots. It's a Friday night. Might be a college town over in Bloomington. College-aged kids having a good time. Grizzlies prepare for life after the power play. There's only 2 seconds left. As Nilsson will take the draw, he's got Fitz and Berg nearby. Eddie Matsushima will take the draw for Bloomington. Matsushima is Bloomington's captain, 5'11", 185 pounds. He has 14 goals and 14 assists in 34 games. He's been their main forward. Grizzlies win Bloomington wins the draw, goes back to center ice. We're back to 5-on-5 skating. Both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play. It would be great if this camera operator would just zoom in about 10%. We can't tell who's who. As the puck towards the right corner deep in the Bison zone, 2.5 minutes left in the first period. Grizzlies will backhand it as taking its Corbett slot lefty shot. And Peretz makes the save. He holds on with 2:18 left in the first as Corbett puts his stick on his knees and a little bit of a frustrated sigh as he skates towards the bench. Corbett's got a goal in 2 of his last 3 games, and he had a pretty good look to try to tie it up. But Perret's been sharp so far. He has saved all 6 Utah shots. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw, and hopefully you're able to follow along on YouTube with what's happening as we're trying to kind of piece together the game, but it's some of the details have gone missing, unfortunately. Grizzlies win the draw. Fonstad gets it up top. Shot by Hunter Warner goes wide. He's out there with Andrew Nilsson. Actually, it was Nilsson that took the shot. Warner's on the right side. As Bloomington dumps it in, Nilsson chases after it. He gets pushed along the left corner of the Grizzlies zone. Utah skates from left to right here in the period. Shot by Murray's blocked away. Grizzlies hustle after it. Neil Shea gets it in the left wing. He'll take a lefty shot and it goes wide. Warner chasing after it along the right wing as the puck's over in the corner. And Bloomington rolls it from one corner to the other. Bison get the loose puck, and they will tap it out to center ice. It goes all the way deep in the Grizzlies zone. Barczewski behind his net. We'll move it to the left side. Bison gather it. They skate towards the left point, and they spin it along the boards. Right corner might be Matsushima. Pitches it back behind him. Lockhart gets pushed by Andrew Nilsson. Bison chip it out in front. Grizzlies pick it off as they tattoo it off the near boards, and it goes off the screen into the Bison zone. 1:20 and counting left in the first. Bloomington drives it back in, but they did so from their territory. So icing is on the Bison with 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the first. Some more college kids having a beverage of their choice. And it looks like the beer chugging tradition has become league-wide. We'll see if the Grizzlies can get one here late in the first period and tie it up. Grizzlies have taken the last 4 shots as Bloomington at one point had a 10-2 edge in the shot count. Grizzlies win the draw. Derek Daschke left point. He fires towards the net, and that's blocked away as it kicks out of play. 1:13 is left in the first as somebody will come home away with a frozen vulcanized rubber disc. What they do with that game puck, I'm not sure. I'd probably play around with it. Probably play with it outside. So we got a good crowd over at Bloomington, about halfway from Chicago to St. Louis. Derek Daschke's been a key performer for the Grizzlies all year long. He's probably been Utah's most consistent player from start to finish. Grizzlies win the draw up top. Daschke danced around left point. Now he fires on net, and that's blocked away about 5 feet in front of Perretz. Messner hustles after along the far corner, but Bloomington gets there first. Less than a minute left in the first period. Matsushima will off to Prayer towards the Utah line. Prayer connects and is answered. Bloomington fires on net. It goes wide. Grizzlies around the net. Hume gets held up by a Bison player along the near boards. Bison will chase after it to the left wing. Bloomington skeets towards the near goal line, and Daschke will poke it back towards the near wing boards. Hume gets hit in the back by P.J. Fletcher, the big 6'2", 201-pound defenseman. Right wing righty shot, and a blocker saved by Barczewski. Less than half a minute left in the first period. Daschke collides with Stradinger, 6'2", 194 pounds. Puck now on the right side. Scrum along the boards. Daschke will backhand it towards Brian Hume. Hume will skate towards the far corner, and he'll backhand it to neutralize, looking for Manning as it's run down by the Bison to neutralize. They'll cross center ice. Bloomington steps down the middle. Lee, high slot, righty shot goes wide, and that will do it for first period action as the Bison tried to center it out in front to Matsushima at the buzzer. But that'll do it for 20 minutes over at Grossinger Motors Arena. Bloomington outshot Utah 11-6. The only goal was scored by Jake Murray 10 minutes and 8 seconds into the first period. So both teams will head to the locker room. Grizzlies have been a pretty good second period club this season. In fact, they have a second period goal in 18 of their last 19 games. Utah is going to need to play well in the second period to try to climb back into this one. We'll recap the first period statistically, and we'll also go over some scores from around the world of sports. We'll also have some Grizzlies fun facts that we weren't able to get into during the first period of play. We'll also talk about the 3 newest Grizzlies who are making their Utah debut tonight, and Brian Hume returns after missing Wednesday's game as he has spent 2 games with the AHL's Colorado Eagles. We'll come back and talk about all that during the first intermission as Bloomington leads Utah 1-0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
After one period, it's Bloomington Bison 1 and the Utah Grizzlies nothing. Bloomington outshot Utah 11-6 in the first period, but the Grizzlies did get a little bit of momentum late in the first period on the power play where they took 2 shots, and the Grizzlies did have some decent offensive zone time over the last 6 or so minutes of the first period. Dylan Fitz picked up a delay of game minor 7:01 into the first period, and the puck ended up out of play, so far out of play that it ended up pretty close to where the camera at center ice is located, meaning that if we're at Maverick Center, that's probably coming pretty close to press row. Fitz got 2 minutes for delay of game. Bloomington, if I remember right, maybe had one good look on their power play. Grizzlies really did a good job on the penalty kill, and the PK unit, despite allowing 2 power play goals on Wednesday night, have really played well over the last 5 or 6 games. Bloomington did score a 5-on-5 goal, 10:08 into the first period as Jake Murray got his 3rd of the year. PJ Fletcher and Brett Budgell picked up the assist. For Budgell, it's his 13th assist, and Fletcher picked up his 6th helper of the season. Jake Murray is one of those guys. He does have a decent amount of AHL time, and Murray does look like an AHL level player. In fact, Murray last season split time with the Idaho Steelheads, where he had 2 goals and 10 assists in 26 games. And he also spent 19 games in the AHL with the Texas Stars, some of which was where he was a teammate with Keaton Mastrodonado. He also appeared in the 2023 playoffs with Cincinnati, where he was a teammate with both Adam Berg and Andrew Nelson. And this season, he's been a star in Bloomington, where he has appeared in every game, and Murray has 3 goals and 9 assists on the season. And so Jake Murray, he had an outstanding first period. He was really a standout. He's been paired up with Bryce Montgomery, who's a big 6'5" and 230-pound defenseman. Montgomery picked up a slashing minor 15-15 into the first, and we really saw the size and power of Chad Hillebrand out in front of the net. He was out there with Shea Mastrodonado, and it was Hillebrand just battling out in front of the net that drew the penalty, as Montgomery got a slashing minor 15-15 into the first. Utah ended up with 2 power play shots as they really worked the puck around well with Dashke, Mastrodonado, Shea, and obviously you can add Hillebrand to that power play mix. But Yana Pretz, he's performed well, and the best shot Utah had on that power play was with 2 seconds left in the man advantage, where Keaton Mastrodonado had a great A chance from the right point, or from the right circle, and Pretz made a good save and kept it a 1-0 game. Among the 6 shots Utah has in the first period, nobody had more than 1. Mastrodonado, Shea, Corbett, Fonstad, Jones, and Hillebrand each had 1 shot on goal. 2 of those 6 shots were by players making their Grizzlies debut. Cooper Jones was just recently acquired in a trade with the Jacksonville Icemen. He's wearing number 43, and coming into play tonight, he was listed on Ryan Kanasowicz's lineup sheet as being paired up with Cody Corbett. And as for Hillebrand, he comes in with pretty good credentials. He had a great college career at Western Michigan University. And, for Hillebrand, it's just all about getting that playing time. It's his first year as a pro. And really the big thing, and one of the big reasons as to why he's now a member of the Grizzlies, is to be out there playing with Mastrodonato and Shea and getting 20 to 25 minutes of ice time. And Hillebrand looked pretty sharp in the first period. We'll see if that three-man forward unit, Mastrodonato, Shea, and Hillebrand, who all have 8 games or more of experience in the AHL this season, we'll see if that forward line gets the Grizzlies moving in the right direction in the second period. Of the 11 shots that Bloomington had, Jake Murray led the way with 3 shots. Zach Hoffman, who was just recently acquired by the Bison in a trade with Rapid City, he had 2 shots, and that's a pretty good pickup because I thought Hoffman was off to a good year with Rapid City. 1 shot each for McCarthy, as well as Josh Boyer. Jared Westcott also had 1 shot, as did Matt Stradenker, and Lockhart and Lee also had 1 shot for the Bison in the first period. So we'll see if Utah can get on the board in the second period. And after all, the second period has benefited the Grizzlies as of late. They have a second period goal in 18 of their last 19 games. Bloomington's best offensive period is also the second frame. The Bison, with the 1 first period goal, they have now evened up their opposition. Both the Bison and their opponents have 24 goals in the first period. Bison have scored 31 goals in second periods this season. They've allowed 36. And the Bison are they're breaking even in the third period. Bison have 26 third period goals, and the opposition also has 26 goals. We'll come back and go over some other scores, and in particular, the Mountain Division scoreboard in the league, and we'll also check in on some NHL scores, as well as maybe a couple college basketball scores along the way. Bison lead 1-0 as Jake Murray scored 10:08 into the first period. This is the first intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Bloomington leads Utah 1-0 in the first ever meeting between the clubs. Jake Murray scored 10:08 into the first period. Other Mountain Division action. Iowa leads Tahoe 3-1 after 1 period. That's certainly big, as Tahoe is tied with Wichita for first place in the Mountain Division with 47 standings points, although Tahoe does have 4 games in hand on Wichita. The Night Monsters have a 671 point percentage. Wichita has played 39 games, and with 47 standings points, they have a 603 winning percentage, which is actually 4th best in the Mountain Division. Wichita will be at Maverick Center next weekend. Get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com for all 3 games in the series. That will be Friday, January 24th, as well as Saturday, January 25th, and a rare Monday game, Monday, January 27th. That will be a 7 o'clock start. And then the Idaho Steelheads will be in town the following week. After 1 period, Iowa leads Tahoe 3-1. That game played at Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa. After 1 period, Kansas City leads Rapid City 2-0. The Mavericks have outshot the Rush 10-9. Chase Spencer and Cam Morrison have the Kansas City goals. Neither team has scored on the power play, as the Mavericks lead the Rush 2-0 after 1. Also after 1 period, Idaho leads Tulsa, as Connor McEachern scored his 13th of the year for the Steelheads, 8:16 in. The 2 longtime veterans, Matt Register and A.J. White, picked up the assists. Idaho outshot Tulsa 10-9 in the first period, and neither team had a power play in the first frame. Ben Cross gets the start in net for Idaho, and he stopped all 9 shots. Boyko gets a start for Tulsa, and he saved 9 of 10. Let's check to see if Wichita is in action tonight. They might not be. Sometimes their building gets occupied over at Intrust Bank Arena with concerts and other shows. Looks like the Thunder are off tonight. Let's go over some other action in the league. Halfway through the second period, Toledo leads Fort Wayne 2-1. Svetlikov scored Fort Wayne's goal. Jalen Smerrick scored a second period goal for Toledo. The Walleye lead the Comets 2-1 halfway through the second period. 6 minutes are left in the second. Maine and Cincinnati are tied at 1. Justin Vive got Cincinnati on the board first, 8:24 in. And Zeke picked up a goal for Maine, 11:43 into the second period. Chyon is getting the start for Cincinnati. He has saved 4 of 5. It's kind of interesting. They've played 33 minutes over at Heritage Bank Center, and both teams only had 4 shots in the first period. Cincinnati in the second period has outshot Maine 6-1. That game is tied with 6 minutes left in the second period. Florida leads Savannah 3-1. Former Grizzly goaltender Will Cranley is in net for the Everblades, and he has saved 11 of 12. That game is halfway through the second period, and the 3-time defending Kelly Cup champion Florida Everblades lead Savannah 3-1. 4 minutes are left in the second period. Orlando and Atlanta are tied at 1. After 2 periods, Adirondack has a 3-2 lead over Worcester. Also after 2 in a North Division showcase matchup of 2 of the best teams in the division. Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals lead Trois-Rivières 3-2. Also after 2 periods, South Carolina leads Greenville 4-1. Early third period, Reading leads Jacksonville 4-3. 6 minutes are into the third period. Indy leads Kalamazoo 3-0. We'll go over some NHL scores as well as some other scores from around the world of sports here in 30 seconds. This is Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
2 NHL games tonight. After 2 periods, the Pittsburgh Penguins lead the Buffalo Sabres 3-1. Owen Power scored for Buffalo in the first period. Pittsburgh's responded with 3 unanswered as Reichel, Beauvillier, and Cody Glass each have goals for the Penguins. So the big guns for Pittsburgh haven't gotten going, but they lead Buffalo 3-1 on the road after 2 periods. Also after 2 frames, Vegas and Carolina are tied at 1. Neither team scored in the first period. Tomas Hertl scored on a backhand shot, 4:22 into the second. Seth Jarvis tied it up for the Hurricanes, 11:57 into the second. That game is tied at 1 after 2 periods. One top 25 women's basketball score. After 3 quarters, they do play quarters in women's college basketball. 10th ranked TCU leads 23rd ranked Utah 60-47. Utah is 13-4 on the year. TCU is 18-1. 9 games in the NBA. Early second quarter, New Orleans leads Utah 52-28. When we come back, we'll have second period action on the other side. For the Grizzlies, they have 5 different Ironman, meaning players who have appeared in every game this season. For the Grizzlies, it's game 34 of 72. Grizzlies trivia tonight. How many of the 5 players can you name? That is 5 players for the Grizzlies who've appeared in every game during the regular season. We'll give you the answer during the early portion of the second period. Bison lead 1-0 as Jake Murray scored 10:08 into the contest. Grizzlies got shots from 6 different players. Bison are led by Murray's 1 goal, and Murray led all skaters with 3 shots in the first period. We'll come back and have second period action on the other side. You've been listening to the Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Welcome back I'm at Maverick Center. Grizzlies are over at Grossinger Motors Arena. As the Bison lead the Grizzlies 1-0. There is a bit of a twist to the trivia question tonight. One of the 5 players who have appeared in every game coming into play tonight are not in there for the first time this season. We haven't gone over the scratches, partly because both teams have so many scratches it would take a day and a half to read everybody off. Craig Armstrong is missing for the first time this season, so the trivia question has shortened up to 4. There are 4 players who have appeared in every game this season. It's the first time this season that Craig Armstrong has missed a game. He is out, as is Cameron Buell. Blake Wells has missed since the regular season opener with a upper body injury. Aaron Aragon's out of the Grizzlies lineup. Cade Jensen, Tyson Upper, Braden Nicoletts, and Dylan Savankov are all out of the Grizzlies lineup tonight, and Craig Armstrong's out for the first time this season. So there are 4 players who have appeared in every game for the Grizzlies this season. We'll give you the answer to that trivia question early in the second period. We'll see if the Grizzlies power play ends up building a little bit of momentum heading into the second period. Utah does have a legitimate American Hockey League top line tonight in Neil Shea, Keaton Mastrodonato, and Chad Hillebrand. Shea and Mastrodonato each have a point in 3 straight games. Mastrodonato has a point in 11 of 14 games this season, and he also has a point in 10 of his last 11. As for Neil Shea, he's got a point in 14 of 16 games this season and a goal in 11 of 16 games. And they're paired up with a pretty good one in Chad Hillebrand, who's making his Grizzlies debut tonight. In the second period, Grizzlies will be skating from right to left as we attempt to see the game on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube, and we'll try to paint the picture the best we can. Unfortunately, some details will go missing from time to time. Just be patient with us. I believe the forward line of Reed Lepster, Cole Fonstad, and Briley Wood are out there to start the second period. And the draw lifts into the Bison zone, and backhanding it in is Reed Lepster. Pretz plays it behind his net. Grizzlies to the right wing. Wheel it along the boards. Derek Dashke will flip it towards the left corner. Grizzlies get held up as they get it back towards Dashke, who bounces one towards the net, and Bloomington clears it back to center and all the way towards the Utah line. Brian Yoon will tap it ahead. It bounced off a Bloomington stick onto Fonstad, who skates over the offensive line. He veers off to the left as he goes all the way to the corner. Fonstad will lay it for a forward. That's Lepster back up top. Yoon fires towards the net. It goes wide as Bloomington moves it out to center ice. As Lockhart will push it ahead. It goes deep into the Grizzlies zone. As Bloomington spins it to the left side. Bison kick it back around towards the right corner. Grizzlies get it, and they'll outlet it all the way to center ice. Looking for Fonstad. And looks like Fonstad didn't get a piece of it at neutral ice, so Utah's called for icing as we get our first whistle 53 seconds into the second period. So Briley Wood will have to stay out there. It looks like the officials are now talking it over, the 2 referees and 2 linesmen, as Fonstad believes he got a piece of it. And the question is where the faceoff's going to be. It looks like the draw is going to be at center ice. And because of that, the Grizzlies can make a line change. So Briley Wood comes off the ice. Wood is tied for 8th among league rookies with 26 points this season, 12 goals and 14 assists. He is also tied for 4th among league rookies with 12 goals, and Wood leads Utah with 4 power play goals on the season. Mastrodonato will take the draw. He's got Hillebrand and Shea nearby. Grizzlies win the draw. They skate from right to left. Ahead towards Shea off his stick. Matsushima is in the area. Puck goes deep into the Bison zone. And it looks like Utah's called for icing this time. Even if Shea got a piece of it, he wasn't in Bison territory. So icing is on Utah. 18:58 is left in the second period. Next whistle will give you the trivia answer. Who are the 4 players who have appeared in every game this season? Craig Armstrong is out for the first time this year. Armstrong has 4 goals and 5 assists in 33 games for the Grizzlies this season. Mastrodonato will take the draw on the left wing against Brett Budgel. Budgel has 10 goals and 13 assists this season, averaging about a point a game. Bison win the draw. Horizontal pass doesn't connect. Shea skates along the left wing. He'll take a lefty shot. And that one goes wide as he missed the net stick side on Peretz. Grizzlies in the offensive zone, right wing. Utah will skate towards the slot. Shea fires towards the net. That's blocked away about 5 feet in front of Peretz. Bloomington clears it out to center. Grizzlies run it down. Andrew Nelson swirls over in the right corner. Now outlet it to center ice as Hillebrand gets bounced towards the boards at center ice. He's able to dump it in as Mastrodonato and Shea get held up behind Peretz's net. Now Hillebrand joins the play as he delivers a push to a Bison skater as the glass goes swaying back and forth. Bloomington, as that puck was played with a high stick by Lee, and it gets called by the referee. 18-13 is left in the second. Draw's going to be back in the Bison zone. The answer to the trivia question tonight were the 4 players who have appeared in every game for the Grizzlies this season. The answers are Cole Gallant, Luke Manning, Mick Messner, and Briley Wood. That's the 4 players who have appeared in all 34 games for the Grizzlies this season. All of them forwards, and all have pretty good speed, coincidentally. Messner will take the drives out there with Gallant and Luke Manning. Interestingly enough, that forward line is 3 of the 4 that have appeared in every game. Grizzlies win the draw. Corbett with a shot just a bit outside. Now back towards Manning in front of the net. It goes past him. 2 minutes into the second period. Bison step over the offensive line. Bloomington skates towards the left corner as they stop. And they spin it to Matsushima. He's in the left wing. He'll backhand it up top. Lefty shot. And a score. Barcheski went flying. Corbett went flying as the puck flew past Barcheski and into the back of the net. Stradaker scores his first of the season. It's his 10th game this year as the puck was over to the left point. Corbett was in the area, and he got tripped up by Lee as he was trying to block the shot. Barcheski was in the area, and Stradinger was able to score cleanly. Barcheski didn't get run into, so no goaltender interference. Although Corbett, as he was out in front of the net, it looked like he got tripped up and it bounced off of Corbett. Boy, that's one that I think the officials missed there. Corbett was going down as he was battling with Lee. Lee tripped up Corbett. Looked like the puck either ricocheted off of Lee or off of Corbett and into the back of the net to give the Bison a 2-0 lead. Bloomington wins the draw as they will toss it ahead. If that's Stradinger's goal, it's his first as a pro. Stradinger played his college hockey at the University of Minnesota. Grizzlies cross center ice. Lee might have gotten a piece of it. Maybe Corbett. Grizzlies skate along the right wing boards. Righty shot. That's blocked away. Puck towards the left wing. Grizzlies fake it to Dashke, and they'll throw it in deep off the end boards. Fitz dance around the right side as he tries to get it past Jake Murray. Fitz skates towards the far side around the net. Now he'll drop it looking for Nilsson. Up top, right point. Righty shot goes wide. That one was taken by Brian Hume in his first game back after missing Wednesday as he was called up to the AHL. Utah to the left side. Wood will lay it for Dashke. He'll fire on net, and that's blocked away by Peretz. The puck kicks towards the far wing boards. Bloomington gets the loose puck. They skate out to center ice. Bloomington cross the center red line. They dump it in. They got tripped up on the play as they make a full line change. Grizzlies cross center ice. Nilsson will shovel it in. Bloomington throws it back to center ice onto Nilsson's stick. Andrew Nilsson skates horizontally, waits for everybody else to tag up. He gets it poked away. Puck goes to center ice. Bloomington's got numbers. 3-on-1. Bison centering pass. Righty shot. Saved by Barcheski. And Nilsson trying to clear it out. It stays in. High slot. Righty shot. Save. Rebound shot goes wide. As Corbett gets hit in the back or make that Fonstad. Now Bloomington feeds up top. Webster has a glance off his stick. Bloomington keeps it in. As a Bison, feed it towards the far side. Grizzlies get it jabbed away. Webster to the right corner, gathers the puck as he gets slashed continually by Barbashev. Puck to the far side and out to center ice and deep into the Bison zone. No icing on the plays. The puck ended up onto Peretz. As we're 4 minutes into the second period, Bison lead 2-0 as they have a goal in each of the 2 frames. Bison cross center ice. Lee did get a piece of it as he scored 2-10 in. As Grizzlies chase after in the offensive zone near side, Bison will chip it off the glass. The puck hit the opposite center ice. As Utah looking for the puck, I'm looking for the puck as well as it's off the screen. Grizzlies skate back deep in their own zone to gather it. Hunter Warner in his Grizzlies debut tried to backhand it towards Hillebrand. It stays behind Utah's net as Barcheski looks over his left shoulder. 4.5 minutes into the second period. Puck spins towards the far corner. Grizzlies hustle after it as Utah will loft one out to center ice. The puck bounced near Hillebrand. Bison get it back. Boy, Bloomington's played some good hockey as of late. They're 5-1-1 in their last 7 games, and they're playing well tonight. Bison centered out in front. It's picked off by Masher Donato, who skates around his net with speed. Masher, the second-year pro out of Canisius, over to Shea. The right wings a pass out towards the right corner. Now the Grizzlies get it back across to Masher Donato, behind the net to Shea. He skates towards the right corner. He feeds up top to Corbett. Corbett, bouncing off a Bison player who was standing at the near goal line. Puck goes back to Corbett, who pedals towards a high slide, takes a lefty shot, save, rebound, shot goes wide. As Pretz was out in front of his crease, Bison clear it out. No icing on the play as Bloomington can fit in a full line change. 5.5 minutes into the second period. Yoon falls down behind Barczewski's net. He gets back to his feet. He'll gather the puck. As Yoon quarterbacking this shift, as he fakes it to his left, as he dangles back and forth. Now he'll wing one out to the right side. Bounced off a stick, and icing is on Utah as the linesmen raise their right arms. And the draw is going to come back towards Jake Barczewski. Bloomington has outshot Utah 14-7. So it looks like Lee did get a piece of it as they credited him with the goal 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the second period. Stradenker and Eddie Matsushima picked up the assists. Matsushima now leads all active Bison skaters, or actually second among Bison forwards with 15 assists. Lee picked up his 8th goal of the season. Chongming Lee's really had an outstanding year. This is 35th game. He's got 8 goals and 19 assists. Off the draw, shot, saved by Barczewski. Good job by Mick Messner out in front to box out a Bison forward. 14 minutes, 18 seconds are left in the second period. Both teams will change things up. Grizzlies will get Fitz, Cade Nilsson, and Adam Berg on the ice. On Wednesday night, Berg played for the first time since December 6th, as he was out for about a month due to a lower body injury. We believe Cade Nilsson will take the draw. Fans see themselves on the video board. Off the draw, Bison shot, saved by Barczewski. Wraparound shot, saved by Barczewski again. Berg dove in front to try to pick it off. The puck ended up towards Barczewski, who scooped it and held on with 14-12 left in the second. Bison have 2 goals on 17 shots on Jake Barczewski. Over the last 6 games coming into play tonight, Barczewski is 4-2 with a .920 save percentage and 2.70 goals against average. As over the last 3 weeks, Barczewski has really come into his own as a pro. Drawn to the right side is won by the Bison as Berger fires towards the net wide. He played his college hockey at Western Michigan as he reunites with Cole Gallant and Chad Hillebrand. Grizzlies ram into Zach Hoffman in front of Utah's bench. The Grizzlies bench is on the far side as we see it on Flow Sports and to the left of center ice. Bloomington comes out of the pile with the puck. They cross center ice. Westcott fires on net, and it's gloved by Barczewski shoulder high. He'll drop it to Dashke as the whistle never blew. As over to the left corner, Bloomington gets double teamed to get it towards Westcott. He'll spin it to the right point. Taking the puck is Hoffman. He'll feed it to the right side. One-time shot is blocked away by Barczewski as he just tapped off a Sam Cota stick, shoveling it towards the net, and Barczewski was able to make the save. Bloomington leads 2-0. We're 6.5 minutes into the second period. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Utah trails 2-0. Bloomington has outshot Utah 5-1 in the second period and 16-7 for the contest. Keaton Mastrodonato is Utah's lone shot in the second period. He now leads the Grizzlies with 2 shots on goal. Jake Barczewski has really done a good job keeping the Grizzlies in the game. He has saved 17 of 19, and he's made a couple more highlight-type saves. Josh Boyer will take the draw for Bloomington. He has 8 goals and 2 assists and a +5 rating this year. Boyer wins the draw, right point. Pedaling towards the right corner is Chase McCarthy. He feeds it out in front. Nobody home. Puck goes all the way deep into the Bison zone. Pretz will skate out of his net. Now throw it around his net towards the near wing. As Fonstad delivers a push on Boyer. Bloomington crosses center ice left wing. Now they step over the offense line. Bloomington's got pretty good team speed. McCarthy fires on net, and that's blocked away. Grizzlies gather the rebound. As skating across center ice and into the offensive zone is Cole Fonstad, who's an outstanding skater. He veered off to the right, but he lost control of the puck. Bloomington will fire it off the boards. Near side, Webster kicks it up top. Keeping it in. We believe that's Cooper Jones, the newest Grizzly. He skates towards the right corner and loses the puck. Bloomington will move it out to center ice. It's a Bison chip it towards their left off a stick. And Corbett clears it back to center. Utah will race into the offensive zone. Wood gets hit up high as Bloomington takes the puck away. And that was number 20, Bryce Montgomery, who has Bloomington's lone penalty tonight. Along the near wing boards goes Stradaker, who picked up a second period assist. He will wing one out deep into the Grizzlies zone. And once the camera operator picks it up, we have a one-on-one battle over in the corner. Grizzlies move it back to center ice. Shea over to Mastrodonato, back to Shea, left wing. He skates towards the dial, take a shot, saved by Pretz. Rebound goes to Bloomington. They'll clear it off the near wing boards. Bison trying to shovel it and fanned on it. Shea rolls it along to the right corner. Yoon gets the stick lifted. Puck goes back to Bloomington. Bison cross center ice. Brett Budgel races and negotiates his way towards the left point. He stops, swirls around, fires on net, and that's blocked away by Dashke. Backhands it ahead. Puck skips towards Mastrodonato, races after it, right corner. He tried to center it to Hillebrand. It bounced off a Bloomington skate. As the Bison, Bryce Montgomery will backhand it to neutralize. Bison will race into the offensive zone 3-on-3. Bison centering pass, shot. What a stop by Barczewski. That might have gone wide. Barczewski sprawled to his left, and the shot went wide. Towards the right side, Murray will feed it to the corner, bouncing puck as it rolls back towards Shea, who moves it to Dashke. Back to Shea at neutralize, left wing, as he will loft one towards Peretz. As Grizzlies make a line change, 11:21 and counting left in the second. Bison still lead 2-0. Bloomington's outshot Utah 21-8. Both teams spread the ice. Manning's out there with Gallant and Fitz. As the puck towards the left wing, the right wing, Matsushima gets around Nielsen. Right side, siren pass out in front, glanced off of Gavin Gould's stick onto Nielsen, who pushes to his left. Luke Manning over the line. He's got 5 goals and 10 assists this season. Manning skates towards the left corner. He loses his balance as he gets held up by 2 Bison skaters in their red jerseys. Puck goes towards Gallant, who feeds it up top. Hunter Warner fires towards the net wide as Messner to the right side gets it back up top. Hunter Warner, he'll chip it around the boards. Messner cuts it off behind Bloomington's net. He will skate towards the near wing corner. Now back around. He loses control of the puck. Gavin Gould skates towards the corner. He overskates it. As Messner around the net. Manning will hustle after the loose puck. He gathers it along the left wing. He'll push it up top to Corbett, who fires towards the net just a bit outside. Doing that in tribute to Bob Uecker. Obviously passed away yesterday at the age of 90. I can't do it as well when I'm doing it live as opposed to sitting in my car. Chungming Lee, who's got 1 assist tonight, will bounce one to center ice. It's taken by Corbett. Corbett throws a bouncer towards Cole Gallant, but we get a whistle. Looks like Utah's offside with 10:02 left in the second. So the draw, we believe, is going to be at neutral ice. First of a 3-game set. Same 2 teams will meet on Saturday night. Face-off will be at about 6 o'clock. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:45. Draws over in the right wing, neutral ice near the Grizzlies bench. Nielsen takes it, but it's won by Bloomington. Bison skate over the offensive line. McCarthy taps it off the end boards. Now left wing, lefty shot is blocked away. Nielsen was in the area. Cade Nielsen, that is. No relation to Andrew Nielsen. They're not even from the same country. Not even sure their last names are spelled the same. As Grizzlies back in their own zone, as Jones will slice one off the near wing wall. Looks like this camera operator has gone out to lunch. As Bloomington will dump it in. Stradaker will roll it along the boards towards the right side. Grizzlies got spun around. McCarthy, right point, righty shot. Saved by Barczewski. He holds on with 9:26 left in the second period. So we've passed the halfway point of the scheduled 60-minute affair. Jake Murray scored 10:08 into the first period, and then 2:10 into the second. It was Chongmin Lee scoring his 8th of the year. It's a Bison 2 and the Grizzlies nothing. We're back in 1 minute on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Bloomington leads Utah 2-0. There's just over 9 minutes left. There's 9:26 left in the second period. Derek Daschke's on the ice with Brian Hume. Taking the draw for Utah is Cole Fonstad. Off the draw, right side, shot saved by Barczewski. Puck along the near wing boards. Loose puck. Stradaker took that shot from the right wing. Grizzlies clear it back into the Bison zone. Utah skates from right to left as we attempt to see it here on Flow Sports. Bison over the line. They chip it towards the middle as Bloomington, right wing, righty shot, saved by Barczewski. He holds on. That shot was taken by Josh Boyer, who's got 8 goals this season. Barczewski has saved 22 of 24. And the Bison have now outshot the Grizzlies 24-8. Mastrodonato and Shea each have 2 shots for the Grizzlies. Shea is a high-volume shooter. He has a 21.5 shooting percentage coming into play tonight. Shea usually averages about 4 or 5 shots per game. In fact, in 16 games this season, Shea has taken 65 shots, so just over 4 per game. Mastrodonato came into play tonight with 42 shots in 14 games. An average of just over 3 per game. Puck along the far wing boards, less than 9 minutes left in the second period. Grizzlies will carry it out to center ice, 2-on-2. Horizontal pass connects to Shea. Skates towards the left side. He tried to center it out in front towards Mastrodonato, who's occupied by Montgomery. Mastrodonato along the boards towards the near side. Bloomington will backhand it to center ice. Regathered by the Grizzlies. Mastrodonato skates over the line, right side. As he tries to chip it out in front towards Hillebrand, it's cut off, and Peretz is able to hold on to the puck with 8:35 left in the second. So Grizzlies' top forward line at least gets them an offensive zone draw. Mastrodonato, Shea, and Hillebrand are working together here in Utah for the first time as Hillebrand makes his Grizzlies debut. It's his 14th professional game. He spent 2 games with Colorado at the end of last season after his college career completed. And then he has appeared in 11 games for the Eagles this season. Draw's going to be in the right circle. It's going to be that same 3-man forward unit with Yoon and Daschke out there defensively. That's the party of 5 for Utah. They have taken 9 shots here. 8:35 left in the second. Waiting for one of the linesmen to drop the puck. Utah wins the faceoff, but it goes past Hume and deep into the Grizzlies zone. Actually, it looks like Daschke's paired up with Hunter Warner this time. Warner wearing number 40. As Daschke gets out to center ice, Grizzlies, Mastrodonato will backhand it his right. Shea across to Nilsson. Nilsson throws it up top looking for Warner. It goes past him and out to neutral ice. As Warner will drag down a Bison skater, and Barczewski will shovel it ahead. Penalty is going to be on Hunter Warner, though, as a Bison skater got around him, and it's a good penalty to take for Hunter Warner as he just dragged down a Bison skater. And if Warner didn't drag him down, it's possible Bloomington would have had a grade A chance walking in on Barczewski. As Warner trying to box out Chongmin Lee, and Lee got knocked down by Warner. Lee was able to get back up and fire onto Barczewski, who then knifed the puck away. So the Bison are on their second power play of the night. Hunter Warner gets his first penalty as a Grizzly. We never did get to see the official signal. Probably hooking would be my guess. Boyer will take the draw. against Messner, Grizzlies captain. Utah wins the faceoff. Utah tried to sky it, but it just bounced off of Bergier. Bergier, B-E-R-G-E-R, but he kind of has a little bit of a twist to his name. Bloomington will lift it back to center ice as their pass towards the front of the net goes wide of the mark. Bloomington this season has a power play percentage of 19.2. Grizzlies penalty kill is 66.3%, but it's been improving over the last month. Puck at center ice. Fonstad pushes a Bison skater along the boards. Bloomington tries to enter from the left side, but the timing is off. Grizzlies did a good job building a wall at their blue line. Grizzlies are able to clear it out. Fonstad on the forecheck as Bloomington will get out to center ice. Bloomington crosses center. Now they step over the line as they'll bounce off the near boards to Boyer, who one-hands it to the right corner. Bloomington tries to get it back to Boyer, who feeds it up top. Bergier, high slot, lefty shot, gets ricocheted before it gets towards Barcheski. Now Bloomington, they're over to the left side. They get it up top. Bergier will skate towards the left circle casually. Now flip it towards the right point for Budgel. Brett Budgel will skate towards the right circle. Now he dances around along the near boards. He'll skate towards the near goal line with some momentum. He backhanded out in front. Grizzlies poke it away, and now they clear it out. It looks like the puck goes out of play. 37 seconds are left in the Bloomington power play. Not sure where the draw is going to be. Bloomington still leads 2-0. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Bloomington's really picked it up offensively as of late, averaging about 4 goals per game over the last 7 contests. Bloomington really struggled offensively for the first couple months, as the Bison averaged 2.5 goals per game, but they've been a pretty good defensive unit, allowing 2.6 per game in the top half of the league. Grizzlies win the draw as they race out to the right side with a little bit of momentum. Grizzlies try to backhand it towards a cutting Hillebrand. Bloomington picks it off. Bison enter with momentum, left wing. Bison throw it towards the middle. Hillebrand on the back check, but it goes towards Lee. He'll feed it across. It glanced off of Gould's stick. Gavin Gould, wearing number 91, skates towards the right point. He dances around. Gould, the former American skater, over to Lee. One-timer saved by Barcheski. Lee gathers the puck along the near boards late in the power play. Up top towards McCarthy. Back towards Gould. He's on the right side. Now in front of the net. Bison skate in. Shot and a score. Jared Westkoff gets his 3rd of the year. It's a power play goal as the Bison take a 3-0 lead. Westkoff first to the celebration aisle as McCarthy was out in the right point. He guided it towards Gould. Gould directed it in front of the net towards Westkoff, and Westkoff was out in front of Nielsen. Nielsen hit Westkoff in the back, but it was too late as Westkoff got in front of the net and found himself a good shooting angle as he fired it stick side past Barcheski. As Nielsen just kind of lost track of Westkoff for just a second, but that was enough for the pass to connect and for Westkoff to put in the back of the net. Grizzlies skating 5-on-5, trail 3-0 as they're in the offensive zone. Dylan Fitz over in the right point, backhands it across. Nobody's home in the near point. Bloomington gets it. They skate from left to right here in the period. Crossing center ice is Westkoff. He'll skate down the middle, take a lefty shot, and that's sticked away by Barcheski. The puck flies out of play. 5:46 is left in the second. It's the Bison 3 and the Grizzlies nothing. Bloomington has outshot Utah 27-9. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Bloomington leads Utah 3-0 as there's 5:46 left in the second period. Jared Westcott's power play goal was scored 13:55 in with Gould and Case McCarthy getting the assists. Just doing the basic math, that probably should be a 5-on-5 goal. Off the draw, shot, saved by Barcheski. Shot was taken from the right wing. 5:43 is left in the second. Draw is going to come back into the Grizzlies zone as that's Bloomington's 28th shot on goal. We're seeing the back of the head of, we believe, head coach Philip Barsky for Bloomington. Draw won by the Bison. Shoulder fake by Berger. He'll throw it towards the right side. Righty shot. That one goes wide. Now Bloomington tries to feed it out in front, and it goes wide of the mark all the way towards Peretz, who cuts it off 10 feet in front of his crease. Both teams spread the ice. Briley Woods out there with Reed Lebster and Cole Fonstad. Zach Hoffman will drop it behind his net. Taking it's Carter Berger. He'll feed it towards Hoffman, who wings the long-range pass up ahead, looking for Lockhart and Lee. Puck to the right side. Grizzlies trying to chip it ahead, bouncing off the skate of Lockhart. A 2-on-2 battle over in the corner as Wood gets held up by Barbashev. Puck goes off the screen towards the far side. Bloomington back to the near side, loose puck. Fonstad gets pushed. Lebster in the area. And if you're watching on Flow Sports, yeah, I'm watching, I think, the exact same feed you are. As Dashke behind his net. 4:41 and counting left in the second. Grizzlies still looking for their first goal of the night. Dashke head to neutralize as Wood lays it for Hume, who gets to center ice. He tried to dump it in deep, but it's picked off by Bloomington. As a Bison with a long-range pass diagonal towards the middle. Now back towards the right wing. Lefty shot. Glove saved by Barcheski. That shot was taken by Brett Budgel, who's got 10 goals this season. He fired. He holds on. 4:22 is left in the second. Draws giving the Grizzlies zone. Next home game for the Grizzlies will be on Friday night. It's an AFCU Friday where tickets start at just $12 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. Masha Donato, Shea, and Hillebrand are on the ice. Jake Murray directing traffic. He tells Bryce Montgomery, stand right here. And Montgomery does. Patrick Bykov is going to take the face-off. Bykov has 3 goals and 7 assists in 31 games. He was a recent addition to the Bloomington club. As a face-off, won by Bykov, who gets it over, but he gets a stick lifted by Corbett. Asher Donato rolls along the far wing wall. Bloomington keeps it in. Montgomery will throw it behind his net. Dancing around is Budgel as he gets double-teamed behind the net. Bloomington gets tripped up all along the way towards the far corner by Hillebrand. No call. As Bloomington feeds it to the left wing. Righty shot just a little bit outside. Out to the right side. Back to the corner. As Corbett delivers a push on P.J. Fletcher. As Bykov gets spun around by a Grizzly. Fonstad in the area. He gets held up. Shea looking nearby. As Corbett will race behind Utah's net to the far side. He outlets it to center ice. Asher Donato gets hit along the far boards near the bench area by Montgomery. Bloomington chips it back in. Barcheski will drop it as Bloomington makes a line change. 3.5 minutes are left in the second period. It's 3-0 Bison. Corbett ahead as he dumped it in as he was looking towards his right for Hillebrand. Bison will get the bouncing puck at center ice. Bloomington enters 3-on-3. Bison skate towards the right side. Gould finds a cutter out in front. Matsushima shot saved by Barcheski. Rebound goes to Utah. Grizzlies wing a pass angle to the right. As Utah over in the left point. And that Shea fires towards the net. Saved by Peretz. Rebound goes back to Shea. Skates towards the left corner. Shea strong with the puck. Tried to backhand it up top towards Nielsen. It's cut off by Bloomington, who clears it back to center. Grizzlies blue line to blue line pass connects. Gallant right side shot. Misses wide. As he missed stick side on Peretz. Bloomington over the line. As the Bison skate towards the left point. Stradaker rolls it along, looking for Lee. Lee gets it near side. He'll feed it to Gould. Gavin Gould trying to direct it towards the middle of the ice. It bounced off a Grizzlies skate towards the right point. McCarthy across. Somebody off the screen from the left wing skates into it. Over to the far corner. Bloomington around the net towards the right side. They feed it back up top. McCarthy moves to his left. Now back up top, McCarthy, high slot. He pedals towards his right. He fires a righty shot that goes wide. Grizzlies clear it off the near wing boards, but it stays in the Grizzlies zone. Puck around the wall. Andrew Nilsson gathers it, and he tried to move it ahead, but it bounced off a skate back towards Nilsson. As Bloomington gathers the puck far goal line, they skate in. Shot saved by Barcheski. Traffic out in front, and Barcheski covers up. A good job by Jake Barcheski. Had Hunter Warner nearby. Gallant doing a good job in front of the net, protecting Barcheski. 1:51 are left in the second period. Bloomington leads 3-0, and they have an offensive zone draw. The attendance has been listed over at Bloomington. I know you're curious about that. 3,029 is the paid attendance over at Grossinger Motors Arena. Boy, they love their Bison over in Bloomington, Illinois. Bloomington's outshot Utah 31-10. And on Flow Sports, I think we've seen every single fan that's in attendance tonight, all 3,029 of them. Grizzlies win the draw. They get it out towards Cade Nilsson. Cool thing happened to Tim Broussard. He was at the NHL game last night. He was seen on the video board. Cade Nilsson, left side shot, saved by Peretz. Nilsson feeds it up top. Grizzlies pedal, right side, righty shot. Glove saved by Peretz. He holds on. We believe that shot was taken by Brian Hume. Adam Berg gets his jersey held up by Westcott as Berg had the audacity to try to get a dirty, greasy goal out in front. So it's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Grizzlies. Yeah, I guess they're honoring Sam Rosen, the longtime New York Rangers announcer. And, you know, they showed Sam Rosen. He got a standing ovation. And they showed some fans that were applauding Sam Rosen after the presentation. I guess Tim Broussard was one of them, as he was seen on the video board over at Delta Center. Tim Broussard's favorite team is the New York Rangers, and, well, he went home happy last night. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Utah walks in down the middle, right shot, saved by Peretz. That shot was taken by Brian Hume, who's had a good second period. Dashke around his net towards the far side. He gets it up top. Nilsson over to Hume, one-timer, and that's blocked in front of Peretz. As it was blocked by a skater. Hume battles over in the near corner. 1:15 and counting left in the second. Grizzlies get it back to the right side, but it exits the zone. Grizzlies will have to reset. Cade Nilsson pushes up top to Dashke, who slides about 10 feet in front of him to Fitz. Bloomington gets it back. They enter with momentum, 2-on-2. Bloomington throws behind their back. The skate in. Shot. Saved by Barcheski. Rebound towards the far circle. Berg gets the loose puck, and he will shovel it back towards Bloomington ice. Bison race back deep in their own zone to get it. Zach Hoffman, who was one of Rapid City's best defensemen this year. I'm surprised they got rid of him. Hoffman crosses center ice, and they'll dump it in. Hoffman, who used to play with the Utah Outliers, gets hit along the end boards as he got there before a Grizzly. As Bloomington late in the second period, 33 seconds left. Skate towards the left point. Now back around the net. Bloomington skates in. Shot. We believe Barcheski made the save. Grizzlies clear it out. And looks like they cleared it out of play. 26 seconds are left in the second period. As the draw, well, we're not sure where the draw is going to be. Looks like a penalty's, well, this camera is something else. We thought we were going to see a signal for a penalty, maybe. Instead, we see some fans over in row 8. And they're serenading whoever's in the box for the Grizzlies. Who's ever in the penalty box right now is really getting it. I don't know if there was a penalty at all. I'm not really sure. Draws give me the Bloomington zone. 26 seconds are left in the second period. I've got to laugh, or otherwise I'll cry after trying to endure this thing. It is a Bloomington penalty. Patrick Bykov goes to the box. It's his 4th minor penalty of the season. So let's see if the Grizzlies can score here late in the second period. Bloomington leads 3-0. Draws over in the left circle. Messner takes it. Puck kind of stays in the near circle. Teams jostle for positioning. Bloomington will rainbow it over Andrew Nilsson's head, or make that Dashke. Run down by Masha Donato onto Dashke, who gets a neutral ice. He'll lay it for Shea at the Utah line. Shea crosses center ice. 10 seconds left in the period. Grizzlies over the offensive line. Heavens to Betsy. Over to the right side. Masha Donato skates and slap shot. He scores! Grizzlies score with 2 seconds left in the period. And I think it's Keaton Masha Donato getting his 7th of the year. So the Grizzlies get a second period goal as the shot was taken from the right side. Somebody from the left point, Manning, got it across. Masha Donato just outside the right circle, fired a slap shot, stick side, past Peretz. Keaton Masha Donato gets his 7th of the year. And the Grizzlies now have a second period goal in 19 of their last 20 games. Luke Manning will get one of the assists. That'll be his 11th assist this season. Should be either 1 or 2 seconds left in the clock. Right now, there's triple zeros on the second period clock. There should be 1 or 2 seconds left. As for the Grizzlies, boy, they needed that to get some momentum back into it. It's a power play goal. Utah now has 4 power play goals, and this is their last 4 games, with this being the 4th game. So the Maestro gets the power play goal just outside the right circle. Good job by Luke Manning out to the left point. Before that, who knows where the camera operator was for about the last 5 seconds before Manning got the puck and got it to Mastro Donato. So they drop the puck, and that will do it for 40 minutes over at Grossinger Motors Arena. Bloomington led 1-0 after 1 period. They scored 2 second period goals, and off the draw, Josh Boyer gets tied up with a Grizzly. The fans having a good time. Boyer and Mastro Donato kind of hugged it out at center ice after the whistle. We're not sure if any penalties will come out of that. We played 40 minutes over in Bloomington, Illinois, and the Bison lead the Grizzlies 3-1. But Keaton Mastro Donato gets Utah on the board as he scored 19:59 into the second. Neil Shea picks up his 11th assist this season, and Luke Manning also gets his 11th assist this year. Manning gets the main assist. Mastro Donato now has 7 goals on the season. Mastro Donato and Shea each extend their point-scoring streak to 4 straight games. Bloomington has outshot Utah 34-12. Bison led after 1 period. They're 9-0 this season when leading after 1. Grizzlies are going to need a third period comeback, but they head to the locker room with a little bit of momentum as Mastro Donato scored a power play goal with 1 second left in the second period. Grizzlies are 1 for 2 on the power play. Bloomington is 0 for 2. Matsushima is talking at center ice with the officials, and so is Mick Messner. Something must have happened away from the screen. As the screen was looking at fans, something must have happened at center ice. It looked like Boyer and Mastro Donato took the face-off at center ice, and they both just kind of jostled for positioning a little bit. Not quite enough to say a Jerry Springer episode was breaking out at center ice, but nonetheless, there is quite a bit of conversation at center ice. 2 Grizzlies and 2 Bloomington Bison skaters out there. Shea and Corbett talking things over, as is Matsushima and Jake Murray. Just a little bit of politicking going on, but both teams will now cease and desist and head to their respective locker rooms. After 40 minutes, it's Bloomington 3, Utah 1. We'll recap the first 40 minutes on the other side. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorrentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
After 2 periods over at Grossinger Motors Arena, the Bloomington Bison lead the Utah Grizzlies 3-1 in the first ever meetings between the clubs. Both teams will meet tomorrow night at 6 o'clock and Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Those are Mountain Time Zone starts. 7 o'clock and 3 o'clock, respectively, over in the Central Time Zone. Bison led 1-0 after one period as Jake Murray scored 10:08 into the first period with Fletcher and Budgel getting the assists. Bloomington outshot Utah 11-6 in the first period. The Bison are 9-0 when leading after one period this season. Chun-Ming Lee made it a 2-0 game. He scored 2:10 into the second period. A little bit of controversy, I think, as a shot was taken from the left wing, and Corbett got tripped up by Lee. Puck ended up deflecting off of Lee and into the back of the net. I think if you wanted to call it tightly, you probably would call a trip or something on Lee, but nevertheless, the call wasn't made, and Lee scored his 8th of the year. Stradaker and Eddie Matsushima picked up the assist. Stradaker is the one that took the original shot. He now has 2 assists, and this is his 10th game this season. For Eddie Matsushima, he now has 15 assists on the year. That was a 5-on-5 even strength goal that was scored 2:10 into the second period. Then the Bison extended their lead to 3-0 as Justin Westcott, or make that Jared Westcott. There was a Justin Westcott I used to know somewhere in my teen years, which was about 50 or 60 years ago. Westcott scored his 3rd of the year out in front of the net. They originally listed as a power play goal, but then they redid some math and realized it was actually an even strength goal, as the Grizzlies did take a penalty in the second period as Warner took an interference minor, 11:52, and Hunter Warner in his Grizzlies debut. And then 3 seconds after the power play ended, Gavin Gould was in the right side. He fed it to Westcott in front of the net. Looked like Nilsson was battling with Westcott in front of the net, but then Nilsson just kind of took his eyes away from Westcott for just a second or two. Pass connected. Westcott was in front of the net, and he fired it stick side past Barcheski to make it a 3-0 game. Grizzlies got a power play late in the second period as Bakov got, or looked like actually what it was a bench minor for too many men on the ice. So Bakov was in the box serving and representing Bloomington in the box. That's why the Grizzlies had the power play. We were going to see the signal, but then they went and showed some fans seeing themselves on the video board, so we didn't get to see the signal. It was a too many men on the ice penalty on Bloomington, 19:33 into the second. Grizzlies were able to get the puck on the left side with Manning. He fed it from one point to the other. Mastrodonato got it, skated in with a little bit of momentum just outside the right circle, and he fired an old-school slap shot past Peretz for Utah's lone goal. Mastrodonato scored 19:59 into the second, with Manning and Shea each picking up their 11th assists of the season. Mastrodonato and Shea each now have a point in 4 straight games. For Neil Shea, he now has a point in 15 of 17 games this year, and Mastrodonato now has a point in 11 of his last 12 games. And for Luke Manning, it's been a while since he's gotten on the scoring sheet. Manning had been paired up with Mastrodonato and Shea for the last couple weeks before Chad Hillebrand joined the club earlier today, and Hillebrand has been paired up with Mastrodonato and Shea throughout the course of the game. And Hillebrand has 1 shot on goal, but it's Luke Manning picking up the power play assist on the Mastrodonato goal. It's Mastro's 2nd power play goal of the season. And that was 19:59 into the second period. And according to the box score, Mastrodonato picked up a roughing minor 20 minutes into the second period. Remember, Mastrodonato and Josh Boyer kind of tied things up at center ice. And it looks like Mastrodonato picked up a roughing minor. So Bloomington will start the third period on the power play, leading 3-1 as Mastrodonato got a roughing minor exactly 20 minutes into the second period. Bloomington has outshot Utah 32-14. The Bison have 11 shots in the first period and 21 in the second. Jake Barcheski really has done a great job keeping the Grizzlies in this one. Grizzlies have 6 shots in the first and 8 in the second. Among Utah's 14 shots, Brian Yoon, Keaton Mastrodonato, and Neil Shea are tied for the club lead with 3 shots each. So those 3 players have 9 of the 14 shots. Nobody has 2 shots for Utah. 1 shot each for Cade Nilsson, as well as Corbett, Fonstad, Jones, and Chad Hillebrand in his Grizzlies debut. For Bloomington and their 32 shots, it's been a pretty balanced attack. Josh Boyer and Jared Westcott, as well as Chun-Ming Lee, all 3 of those forwards have 4 shots. Berger, Murray, and Hoffman have 3 shots, and a few other Bison skaters have 2 shots through 2 periods. Jake Barcheski has saved 29 of 32, and he's kept the Grizzlies in this one. Yaniv Peretz has saved 13 of 14. In fact, he stopped the first 13 shots he saw before Mascher Donato found the back of the net with 1 second left in the second period. When we come back, we'll go over some other action in the league, in particular the Mountain Division. Battles are going on. Wichita is off tonight. In fact, they're off all weekend. The Thunder are tied with Tahoe with 47 standings points on the season. Tahoe does have 4 games in hand, although after 2 periods, Iowa leads Tahoe 6-2. That game is after 2 periods. We'll go over the other league scores on the other side as Bloomington leads Utah 3-1 in the first ever meeting between the clubs. It's Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
After 2 periods, Bloomington leads Utah 3-1. Other action in the league after 2 periods. Idaho and Tulsa are tied at 1. Connor McEachern scored 8:16 into the first period for Idaho. Gazizov scored his 10th of the year for Tulsa, 4:54 into the second period. Tulsa outshot Idaho 20-9 in the second period. Tulsa's goal was on a power play. They are 1-for-1 on the man advantage. Idaho is 0-for-2. That game is tied at 1 after 2 periods over at BOK Center. At Cable Dahmer Arena in Independence, Missouri, Kansas City leads Rapid City 4-0. As 4 different Mavericks have scored goals, Chase Spencer, Cam Morrison, Nate Konepke, and Casey Crew have each found the back of the net. Cade Borchard and Max Andreev, oddly enough, their top 2 forwards are scoreless tonight, but Kansas City leads Rapid City 4-0 after 2 periods. Iowa leads Tahoe 6-2 after 2 frames. Fort Wayne leads Toledo 3-2. That game halfway through the third period. Former Grizzly defenseman Kyle Mayhew scored his 6th goal of the year, 9:44 into the second period. Mayhew's been outstanding once again. He was second team all-league for the Grizzlies last season. Mayhew has 5 shots on goal tonight, and he has 1 goal, and he's been one of the top defensemen in the league once again this season. That game is halfway through the third period. Fort Wayne leads Toledo 3-2. Cincinnati's opened up a can on Maine as the Cyclones have scored 5 unanswered goals to break a 1-1 tie. Ashbrook scored 2 goals. Chaz Sharp also has 2 goals. And the Cyclones have outshot the Maine Mariners 25-9. That game is late in the third period. Cincinnati 6, Maine 1. Will Cranley is in net for the Florida Everblades. Cranley was with the Grizzlies last season. He has saved 19 of 21. Kyle Betts is a +1 for Florida, and the Everblades lead the Savannah Ghost Pirates 4-2. That game has 7 minutes left in the third period. Looks like Orlando's going to hold on and defeat Atlanta. 3-2 will be the final there. Also late in the third period, Worcester leads Adirondack 4-3. That game appears to be in the final stages. Less than a minute left in the third period. Worcester leads Adirondack 4-3. The game that appears to have just gone final, Norfolk defeats Trois-Rivières 5-2. South Carolina gets a 5-1 victory over Greenville. Jacksonville in a shootout defeats Reading 5-4. And Indy gets a 4-0 home victory over the Kalamazoo Wings. When we come back, we'll check in on the 2 NHL games tonight, as well as a check on that top 25 women's college basketball game between Utah and TCU. After 2 periods, Bloomington leads Utah 3-1. The Bison are going to be on the power play for the first 2 minutes of the third period as Keaton Mastrodonato picked up a roughing minor exactly 20 minutes into the second period. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Two NHL games tonight. Penguins defeat the Sabres 5-2. It wasn't the usual suspects for Pittsburgh. Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin were left off the scoring sheet, but the Penguins come away with the 5-2 victory over Buffalo. Interestingly enough, Buffalo outshot Pittsburgh 42-19, but it was the Penguins that come away with 5 goals on 19 shots. They defeat the Sabres over in Buffalo 5-2 as the Penguins get a road victory. One other game that's gone final, Carolina defeats Vegas. 3-2 is the final there. Seth Jarvis scored 2 goals for the Hurricanes, including the game winner, 6:09 into the third period. That gave Carolina a 3-2 lead. Shea Theodore scored 9:52 into the second period on a power play for Vegas. Vegas outshot Carolina 31-28, but it's the Hurricanes that come away with a 3-2 victory on home ice against the Vegas Golden Knights. Last night downtown, the New York Rangers defeated the Utah Hockey Club 5-3 as Matias Michelli scored 2 goals and Logan Cooley found the back of the net on the power play. When Cooley scored, that gave Utah a 3-2 lead, but then the Rangers scored 3 unanswered third period goals. Riley Smith found the back of the net early in the third period. Then the Rangers game-winning goal was scored by Chris Kreider, 10:22 into the third. And Panarin added an empty netter for his second of the game and 19th of the season, 19:22 into the third. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, had a 3-0 lead in the first period, but Edmonton scored 4 unanswered, including the game winner scored by Evan Bouchard on a one-timer from the right wing. He got his 8th of the year, 13:05 into the third, with McDavid and Draisaitl getting the assists. McDavid had 1 goal and 1 assist, as he now has 21 goals and 44 assists on the season. Connor McDavid is a once-in-a-generation kind of player, and his talents were on display. Now has 20 goals and 44 assists this year. Leon Draisaitl didn't score a goal in last night's game, but Draisaitl did pick up his 36th assist this season. He is among the top 5, if not the leader in goals this season, as Edmonton defeated Colorado 4-3. That game was played in Colorado on national TV. Well, for the Grizzlies to make a comeback here in the third period, one, they're going to have to find a way to kill off the penalty over the first 2 minutes of the third period. And maybe the Grizzlies will be aggressive shorthanded. They do have 2 shorthanded goals this season. We'll see if they're aggressive in trying to climb back into this game down by 2. They might have to take some chances offensively. For Bloomington, they've been a team that's done a good job protecting leads. They are 9-2 when leading after 1 period, and they also have a pretty good record when leading after 2. So we'll see if the Grizzlies, how aggressive they are here in the second period, will be critical. They had 6 shots in the first period, 8 in the second. Utah might need 12-plus shots to give themselves a chance here in the third period. We'll come back in 1 minute and have third period action as Bloomington leads Utah 3-1 in the first of a 3-game weekend series. This has been the Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorrentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Center Kia, Salt Lake.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Are about set for third period action this season. When trailing after two periods, the Grizzlies have a record of 1-18-2. That one victory the Grizzlies had when trailing after two periods came last Friday as they outscored the Kansas City Mavericks 4-0 in the third period as they overcame a 2-0 deficit as they scored 5 unanswered. Grizzlies do have one unanswered as Keaton Mastrodonato scored 19:59 into the second period. He's going to be in the penalty box for the first 2 minutes of the third period as he's serving a roughing minor. And for the Grizzlies, they're going to have a similar type of third period effort as they had last Friday in the 5-2 victory over Kansas City if they want to find a way to pick up a road victory against the Bloomington Bison. Grizzlies will be skating from left to right here in the third period as we see it on Flow Sports. Bloomington will skate from right to left. "20 minutes are put on the scoreboard clock. Cole Fonstad will take the draw for the Grizzlies. Can't tell that it is for the Bison. That's right. Zoom in a little bit more, camera operator. Taking the draw is Josh Boyer. He wins it, but it goes between the Bison defensive pairing up top as Pretz throws it around his net. Bloomington will start the attack. They're 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. Bison cross center ice. Step over the line with ease. Matsushima will move it to the right side now up top as Berger will get it towards Matsushima on the left wing. Back up top to Berger, the first-year pro to Western Michigan. Over to the left wing. Dancing around is Bykov. Back to Berger, who feeds to the left corner. Matsushima back to Berger. Over to the left side from Bykov. Bykov gets it in the left point. Berger moves to his right. Bykov trying to throw it towards the middle. It's picked off by Yoon, but it slides over to Berger. Over to Matsushima. Left side just outside the circle to the near goal line. As Bykov up top towards Berger, who moves to his right. Now back across to Bykov. He's on the left side. He'll pitch it up top to Berger, who's on the left wing. As they'll skate towards the high slot. Back to Bykov. Those two continue to play catch. As they'll feed it to the near goal line. Now down the middle. Matsushima shot goes wide as he got hit by Yoon as he was firing away on net. Puck goes to the right point. Kept in. Berger will fake to his left. He'll drop it to the right circle. Looking across to Boyer. Puck lifted off a stick. Boyer gloved it and dropped it. Bykov over towards Boyer. He lets it go towards the right wing. Now Bloomington kicks it across. Off the left wing boards. Bykov to the near goal line. They try to get to Matsushima down the middle. Puck kept it opposite the high slot. Berger kept it in. Right point. Bloomington will shovel it to the right corner. Matsushima feeds it to the middle. Bloomington very patient with their approach. Now the puck kicks out to neutral ice. Boy, the Bison had the puck in the offensive zone for about a minute, but they'll have to reset at center ice. Bloomington gets a kick back towards their line. The whistle blows. Let's see. We're in the middle of a line change. I wonder if somebody got caught with too many. 18:15 left in the third. There should be 15 seconds left in the Mastrodonato penalty, although they have 16 seconds listed. I think Bloomington got caught with too many as they were making a line change out at neutral ice. Boy, the Bison were very patient with their approach as they're getting a game of catch underway with that three-man unit of Berger, Bykov, and Matsushima. And I do believe the Bison, for the second time tonight, were caught with too many on the ice, as Bykov is going to go to the penalty box representing the Bloomington Bison. Remember, there was a game last week with the Grizzlies twice in the second period were caught with too many, and that's exactly what it is. Second time here tonight, the Bison were caught with too many men on the ice. Time of penalty, 1:45 into the third. So Grizzlies will skate 4-on-4 for 15 seconds and then have a power play afterwards. We believe Messner's going to take the drives out there with Manning. Neither team has taken a shot here so far in the third period. Bloomington wins the draw. They skate along the near side. As the Bison stop on a dime. As Murray will backhand it across. Bloomington will feed it to neutral ice. as Matsushima will slide it towards the near wing boards deep in the Grizzlies zone, run down by Dashke. Masha Donato is out of the penalty box, and he'll join the power play unit as Dashke will drop it back for Nils Shea. Shea gets to center ice. He crosses the center red. He'll chip it to his left, looking for Manning. Back to Shea, who spins it to the captain, Messner. Off his stick, Bloomington will bounce it at center ice. It hits off the skate of a Bison player. Dashke runs it down deep in the Grizzlies zone. He'll get it towards the Maestro, who has Utah's lone goal tonight. Asher Donato gets out to Neutrice, and he'll feed it back towards Messner. Manning back to Messner over to Shea, right corner. Shea gets up top to Dashke. He's in the right point. A minute left in the Utah's power play. As puck kicks up top, Dashke over to the left side, Masha Donato. One-timer, saved by Pretz. Everybody hacking away. Grizzlies get held up. Now Shea, right side, shot saved by Pretz. And I can't believe they didn't call a penalty as Utah was getting dragged down behind the Bison net. Grizzlies will reset at neutral ice. Utah steps over the offensive line with ease. They get interfered with as they were skating down the middle of the ice. There's no call there either. And the Bison will clear it out. Less than 30 seconds left in Utah's power play. Barczewski will fire it off the near wing wall. Out to Neutrice. Briley Wood, who has 4 power play goals this season to lead the club. He'll fire it across off the far wall. Utah behind the net will reset up. 13 seconds left in the power play and counting. As Wood out at Neutrice. Make that gallant. He skates across center ice. Left wing. He'll step over the line. He'll drop it to the left point. Now puck goes back to the left point across to Wood. Skating 5-on-5. Slap shot. Saved by Peretz. He holds on with 16:11 left in the third. Neither team with a power play goal in the third period. And for the first time here in the third, we'll skate 5-on-5 with the Grizzlies owning an offensive zone draw. Grizzlies have taken the first 3 shots of this third period. Boy, they're in the middle of the power play. Looked like a Grizzly player got hooked behind Bloomington's net, but no call was made. Grizzlies are 1 for 3 on the power play. Bloomington's 0 for 3. Draw won by the Bison. They skate from right to left here in the period. Puck slices towards the far wing wall. Grizzlies will move it ahead as Utah back in their own zone. Taking the puck is Cooper Jones, wearing number 43, a right shot defenseman. As Jones out to Neutrice. He crosses center. He's got good speed. He'll shovel it in as Bloomington chases after it behind their net. It's a Bison battle. Cade Nilsson gets hit in the back. Grizzlies get it up top looking for Jones. It's picked off as Bloomington anticipated the play. Bison and Westcott in particular trying to center. He got held up by Jones. Westcott will loft it to the right point. Bison moves it across off the right circle as it glanced off the stick. Corbett will push it ahead. Grizzlies will get their way to Neutrice. Fitz right wing crosses center ice, and they'll lightly tap it in. Grizzlies make a full line change as Fitz comes off as the Bison. Fonstad trying to take it away, but Bloomington muscles their way out to center ice. Bloomington over the line. Over to the right corner. A Bison skater rams into Brian Yoon. Puck now to the right side. Bloomington skates towards the right point. Puts it on a tee. High slot. Righty shot goes wide. That was taken by Case McCarthy. Was 2 goals this season. Bison over to the left wing. Yoon battles hard. Yoon keeps his feet moving, but the Bison come out with a puck. As they'll throw it towards the middle. Ricochets off the far wall. As behind the nets, Barbashev gets it knifed away. Barbashev gets pushed into the left corner. Great defensive work by Brian Yoon. Outstanding shift by the second-year pro. Grizzlies tap it away, and they'll carry it out to center ice. Briley Wood over the line. Will push it to his right. Fonstad skates towards the right circle. Now he swirls and reverses field. They'll skate back towards the high slot. As he pedals towards the high slot, they'll take a lefty shot that's blocked into traffic about halfway towards the net. Taking it is McCarthy. He'll wing it along the boards. Puck goes towards Warner. Hunter Warner will fire towards the net just a bit outside. Over to the left side as Masha Donato gets back checked as he gets pushed along the boards by McCarthy. Puck goes up top. Now on a tee to Shea. High slot shot. Saved by Peretz. Rebound shot. Saved by Peretz again. This time he holds on as there's 13:56 left in the third period. Nobody has scored here so far in the third frame as the Bison lead the Grizzlies 3-1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
.56 is left in the third period. That's the time remaining. Bison lead the Grizzlies 3-1. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for Utah. We mentioned before the period, Grizzlies probably need 12 or more shots in the third period to give themselves a chance. Well, Utah has outshot Bloomington 5-1 here in the third period. The top forward line for the Grizzlies has seen a ton of ice time. Dashke and Yoon have played quite a bit. I would wonder what their minutes per game average is. It's got to be close to 27 or 28 minutes per game. Mastrodonato will take the draw. Puck goes towards the Bloomington end boards. As the puck spins to the right side, Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. As Hillebrand battles over the point with a Bison skater, Bloomington will lift it over the head of Cooper Jones. It goes deep into the Grizzlies zone, and icing is called on Bloomington as Andrew Nilsson skated over there to make sure the icing gets called with 13:36 left in the third. Of the 19 shots Utah has tonight, Neil Shea leads the way with 5. Keaton Mastrodonato has 1 goal on 4 shots. Derek Dashke has 1 shot. So 9 of the 19 shots are taken by the dynamic duel of Neil Shea and Keaton Mastrodonato. The Maestro will take the draw. It goes towards the right corner. Utah gets it. Hillebrand over to Shea, who feeds it up top of the goal. Puck goes past Cooper Jones, who has to race to the Utah line to get it. Nilsson with a right wing pass towards Shea at center ice. He'll move it ahead. Hillebrand muscles his way towards the net as he gets cut off along his left side by Bryce Montgomery, who has a size advantage on Hillebrand at 6'5", 220. Hillebrand drops it for Mastrodonato. Righty shot, saved by Peretz. But you can see the strength of Hillebrand there if you're watching on Flow Sports as he muscled his way around Montgomery. And then later on in the shift, Hillebrand just kind of muscled his way towards the net, dropped it for Mastrodonato, who had a pretty good look as Mastrodonato shoveled it towards the net, and Peretz was able to make the save. So with the speed of Mastrodonato and Shea, having the size of Hillebrand, who goes 6'4", 201 pounds, he might be one of the stronger members of the Grizzlies now, certainly among the forwards. That's going to add a bit of a dynamic push to the Grizzlies. That's only going to enhance that forward line of Mastrodonato, Shea, and now Hillebrand. Bloomington wins the draw. They'll move it out to center ice. Grizzlies run it down in their own zone as Dashke backpedals deeper in his own end. He'll get it ahead. The Grizzlies will skate horizontally towards the right. Jones is a good skater. We'll move it across. Grizzlies will feed a blue line to blue line pass. It taps off a stick towards the Bloomington bench. Puck ends up deep in the Bison zone as Bloomington towards the far side. Messner delivers a hit, and the puck lifts out of play off the protective netting. 12:44 is left in the third. Bison still lead 3-1. Tonight is the first of a 3-game series. Same teams will meet tomorrow night. 5:45 pregame show, 6:05 face-off. Sunday afternoon will be a 2 o'clock tilt. The Grizzlies return to Maverick Center as they will have a 6-game homestand beginning next Friday against the Wichita Thunder. It will be an AFC Friday where tickets start just $12 when you pay using your AFC debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. Wichita, oddly enough, is off this week. They have already played 39 games during the regular season. Bison win the draw. They'll spin it along the boards towards the near side. Berg delivers a hit. Bison carry their way out to center ice. It's the Bison over the line left wing, skating towards the corner as Bloomington trying to drop it off. Battle along the near corner. Grizzlies come out with it. Berg trying to get around a Bison skater. Puck will slide towards center ice. Bison get it back as they're protecting a 2-goal lead. Bison with the blue line to blue line pass that's dumped in as Grizzlies Hunter Warner will move it ahead about 10 feet. Grizzlies will race out to center ice. Cade Nilsson, he'll dump it in as he gets around one Bison skater. And towards the end boards, he delivers a push. Bison along to the far side. Grizzlies skate towards the left corner with the puck. As they get double-teamed over in the corner, that's Dashke. Now Dashke feeds it up top, keeping it in. Left side is Shea. He'll move it back to his left, back towards Fonstad. He'll take a shot high slot, saved by Peretz in the butterfly position. Grizzlies roll it back to the left side. Dashke, he'll saucer it to Fonstad, right wing, over to the high slot for Wood, who swings and didn't get much on it. As Grizzlies over on the right point, skating towards the corner. We believe Dashke gets pushed in the side. Dashke, the second-year pro, who played with Kalamazoo last year and had 16 goals. Up top to Wood, right point. He tried to fire on net and didn't get much on it. Puck rolls towards the right corner. Fonstad around the net to the far side as he fakes dropping it off. Now Fonstad skates the high slot. He'll fire towards the net, and that gets redirected as Boyer gets the puck. I think Boyer was the one that blocked the shot. He'll spin it out to center ice. Grizzlies chip it ahead from one blue line to the other diagonally, looking for Dashke. It goes wide of the mark as the Bison will carry it over Wood's head. Foot race in the Grizzlies zone. Utah gathers it as they get forechecked by one of the bigger members of the club. There's Fonstad over there. As Fonstad got checked by PJ Fletcher, the 6'2 forward. Grizzlies out to center ice. They dump it in. Now the Bison, halfway through the third period, moves it out to the left wing. Bloomington over the line as they hang out in the near point waiting for everybody else to enter. Bykov throws it to the corner. Grizzlies get it back as Hillebrand lost the puck towards the near boards. Hillebrand spun around Bykov, who was trying to buy a penalty, but there was no purchase. As Masha Donato tries to muscle his way through Budgel. He's a 5'11", 193-pound forward. And now the Grizzlies come out of the pile with the puck. Halfway through the third period, Grizzlies cross center ice. As Utah skates towards the right side, looking to skate in is Shea. And he got pushed by a defenseman, and that was Zach Hoffman, as the Bison will carry it across center ice, 2-on-3. Bison will dump it in as Warner, he gets spun around behind Barczewski's net. Warner's a big 6'4", 223-pound defenseman. Puck hippity hops towards Hillebrand. He'll get to his left. Grizzlies over the line as Shea pushes down a Bison skater, as Shea was getting interfered with as he was skating towards the left circle. Bloomington out to center ice. They chip it to Matsushima, who skates down the middle. He'll push it his left over the line. Gavin Gould dangles back and forth as he skates towards the left point. Now move it across. Lefty one-timer is blocked by Gallant. Puck moves back towards the left side, and Stradaker will fire it to the right corner. As Grizzlies come out with a puck, and they will rainbow it out to center ice. Bloomington races after it. McCarthy will clear it towards the near wing boards. Bison move it out to center ice. Taking the puck is Luke Manning as he gathers the puck and gets it towards Yoon. In the area is Gallant, who gets knocked down. Penalty is going to be on Bloomington as the whistle blows. And it's going to be a Utah power play. 8:49 is left in the third as the Grizzlies, in particular Manning and Yoon, did a good job hustling for the puck and drawing a penalty. We'll see if Utah can cash in on it. They are 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. As Bloomington gets 2 minutes for slashing. 8:49 is left in the third. It's the Bison 3 and the Grizzlies 1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Dalton Duhart gets 2 minutes for slashing. 11-11 into the third period. Utah starts their fourth power play of the night, and it almost feels like Utah's got to cash in on this power play if they want a chance to win tonight, as the Bison lead 3-1. Grizzlies have outshot Bloomington 7-1 here in the third period, although Bloomington does maintain a 33-21 edge in the shot count. Mick Messner will take the draw. He's got Shea to his left and Manning to his right. Up top, we imagine, is Masher Donato and Dashke. Messner was named Grizzlies captain 2 days ago. He's played every game in the regular season since joining the Grizzlies at the end of the 2022-23 season. He wins the draw. Masher Donato over to Manning. It skips over his stick. Shea left wing. Across looking for Masher Donato. It's glanced away by Bloomington. Keeping it in as Dashke. He'll feed it to the right corner as Messner will slide it towards Masher Donato along the near wing wall as Masher Donato. Another Grizzly battles with two Bison skaters. Puck will lift out of the zone as the Bison won the 2-on-2 battle and they were able to clear it out. Grizzlies race around their net with speed. Out to the right side. Shea races to center ice like a bolt of lightning onto Messner, who gets held up along the near wing wall. Masher Donato skates over there to join the play as well as another Grizzly. Puck goes out to the right point. Keeping it in with great hands is Dashke. Over to Masher Donato, right side. He'll skate towards the corner. Now he'll chip it back up top for Dashke, who directs it back to Masher Donato, right wing. Mastro over to Dashke. Right side, he'll slide it to his left. Shea fires towards the net, and that's blocked. It goes back to Shea, who gets to Dashke. Dashke fires towards the net. That misses wide. Masher Donato, right wing, gets up top for Dashke, who extended his stick out to keep it in, but the Bison get it and clear it out. Grizzlies reset a new try. Dashke skates back in. He tried to drop it for Messner, pass connected. Messner skates towards his left. He'll take a lefty shot. That one goes wide. Messner gets it up top. Left point, Grizzlies slide it across to Shea. He's in the right wing. He'll pitch it up top to Manning. Manning 1 assist tonight. Backhands it to Dashke. He's down the middle. He fakes a shot. Now he gets it to Shea. He's in the right wing. Shea back to Dashke. Late in the power play. Looking over to get to Shea, and it bounces off of a Bison skate, and it goes out to center ice and into the Grizzly zone. 15 seconds left in the power play. About 7 minutes left in regulation. Utah crosses center ice. Fonstad over the line. He dumps it into the corner. Now Fonstad trying to slide it across. Bison with active sticks were able to poke it away. Bloomington clears it out. And puck goes deep in the Grizzly zone. Utah gets it. No icing on the play. Now the puck back at neutral ice. As Utah crosses center. Hume steps over center ice. He'll backhand it in. Pretz moves to his left. 6.5 minutes left in the third. As the puck heading ops towards the Utah line, Grizzlies get it back. Lebster rolls one towards the Bison line with Fonstad. Pass goes wide of the mark, and Utah's called for icing as there's 6:19 left in the third. So the drive is going to come back towards Jake Barcheski, who hasn't seen much action here in the third period. But Grizzlies had some good looks there on the power play. They were very patient with their approach. They ended up with one shot on the man advantage. Grizzlies have outshot the Bison 8-1 in the third period, but it's still a 3-1 game. Barcheski has saved 30 of 33. He's had very similar stat lines over the last two games. Last Saturday in the game that featured the save of the year, he saved 34 of 38. On Wednesday night, he saved 34 of 37 in a 3-1 loss to the Cincinnati Cyclones. So it looks like maybe a timeout was called. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Bloomington leads 3-1. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Draws in the right circle of the Grizzly zone. Utah wins it, trailing 3-1 as Briley Wood will saucer it towards the left wing. Puck went towards the Bloomington line. Fonstad skates towards the left corner as he gets double teamed. Trying to join the play is Wood, and Wood delivers a big-time hit behind Bloomington's net. Oh, and it looks like they're going to go after Briley Wood as the glass goes swaying back and forth. Now both teams cease and desist, but Briley Wood laid the lumber to a Bison skater behind Bloomington's net, and the glass is still swaying back and forth. A Grizzly player got hit with a high stick out in front of the crease. No call was made. Unbelievable. Out to center ice. Puck will lift. It stays in play along the near wing wall. And Bloomington, the call's got to be made there. Grizzly player got hit up high. There's 2 referees, 2 linesmen. I think a penalty had to have been called out in front of Bloomington's net, and it is, I think. 5:37 left in the third period. Bloomington leads 3-1. We'll come back in 1 minute and find out how this one ends together. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West, or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Grizzlies are looking for a third period comeback as Bloomington leads Utah 3-1, as there's 5 minutes and 37 seconds left in the third period. Grizzlies have outshot the Bison 8-1 in the third frame. Neil Shea leads Utah with 5 shots. Keaton Mastrodonato has 4. Brian Youn's taken 3 shots for the Grizzlies in his first game back after he spent 2 games earlier this week with the AHL's Colorado Eagles. It looks like we're going to skate 5-on-5, and I am amazed. A Grizzly player got hit with a high stick a few seconds ago, and it's unfathomable as to why a call wasn't made out in front of the net. That would have given Utah their 5th power play of the night. Looks like fans are singing Sweet Caroline. Draw's going to be at neutral ice. We're skating 5-on-5. So we mentioned the Grizzlies probably needing 12 shots this period. Looks like they're going to get that. Off the draw, Fitz, high slot, shot. I don't know where it ended up. It was off the screen. Bloomington clears it out to center. As it doesn't look like it was officially listed as a shot according to the scorebook, so it looks like Fitz missed wide and high. Or maybe high, I'm not sure. Deep in the Grizzlies zone, near corner, 2-on-2 battle. Matsushima skates around Utah's net towards the far side. He'll pitch it up top, right point. Bloomington fires the righty shot. Barcheski makes the save as he holds on about stomach high. 5:09 is left in the third. That's Bloomington's second shot of the third period, and 34th for the game. This might be one of those nights to try to jumpstart some things where Barcheski might get pulled for an extra attacker pretty early. We've seen games where, with 3 minutes left in regulation, maybe even 3.5 minutes left in regulation, you're down by 1 or you're down by 2. We've seen goaltenders get pulled pretty early. That seems to be the new trend. Went down late in the third period. Off the draw, lefty shot from the right wing. That misses wide as puck ends up in the right point. Righty shot. That gets redirected and goes just wide as Barcheski raised his left arm, trying to snatch it. Puck stays alive along the right wing wall as Bloomington chips it across. They're looking for Stradaker. Matt Stradaker, who's got 1 assist tonight, will pitch it to the left corner. Bison get it back up top to Stradaker, who moves it across. Right side, McCarthy around the net. Youn delivers a good push to make sure Bloomington couldn't play the puck along the end boards. Puck slides towards the left wing. Bloomington fires towards the net, and that's blocked away by Barcheski, or at least he raised his right arm to try to redirect it. Grizzlies will cross center ice. Dashke stops at the center red line, and he will roll it towards Nilsson, but the pass went wide of the mark. Bloomington re-enters from the left side. Bison will kick it to the left corner. Bouncing puck, centering pass goes wide. Grizzlies come back up with it. About 4 minutes left in regulation. Utah crosses center. Nilsson over the line. He'll skate off the screen. Now around the net towards the left side. Up top to Corbett. High slot. Lefty shot gets redirected and it goes out of play. 3:54 is left in the third. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. So in terms of making a comeback attempt, obviously, Yanniv Peretz is a pretty good goaltender. He appeared in 1 NHL game with the Carolina Hurricanes last year, and he also appeared in 1 game earlier this season with Carolina as he played in the last 8 minutes and 12 seconds of Carolina's game on November 30th against the Florida Panthers. Grizzlies have the puck in the offensive zone. Nielsen gets it towards Wood. He'll skate in. Right wing shot saved by Pretz. Now left side shot saved by Pretz again. He falls down to his side. Bison will clear it out. Corbett chases after it. Barczewski's still in there. Corbett gets thrown towards the end boards. Nielsen's going to go and make sure Corbett's okay. I believe he is as he gets back to his feet. 3:32 is left in the third period. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. So Barczewski stays in there. Looks like the Grizzlies are going to keep the same five on the ice. If the camera would point to the ice long enough, we'd tell you who's out there. Looks like Briley Woods among the five on the ice for the Grizzlies. He celebrated his 22nd birthday this past Wednesday. This might be within the time where if the Grizzlies get the puck, get into the offensive zone, it's possible we'll probably see Barczewski come off for an extra attacker off the draw. Left point, shot by Berger goes wide. Grizzlies get out to center ice. Lepster trying to get towards Wood, who got back checked and couldn't accept the puck. Good defensive play by Lee. Bloomington over the line. They lead 3-1. Near goal line. Centering pass. Shot misses just wide. Boy, looked like Baikov had a pretty good look in front of the net, but he just missed glove side on Barczewski. Grizzlies back in the near circle. 3 minutes left. Almost feels like with the Grizzlies being patient with here, this might be the time where they pull Barczewski. Neil Shea, who's got 5 assists tonight, will slide it to his right from Asher Donato, who gains center ice. And he steps over the offensive line. He'll toss it off the near wing wall. Bloomington feeds it around the net. Left side, Shea rolls it back around to the right side, but nobody's home at the point. Puck goes back to center ice. Dashke gathers it. He's at the Utah line. As both teams will spread the ice. And now Dashke gets a new try. So he'll get to Masher Donato. He'll skate in. Masher Donato will stop in the right corner. And he'll get it up top to Dashke. Dashke bobbled the puck for a second, but kept it in. Shea feeds to the left corner. Now back up top for Shea. Shea will skate towards the left corner. Utah's net is empty. They've got 6 on the ice. Masher Donato trying to move it across, bounce off a Matsushima stick. Neil Shea dance around. He's in the left circle. He surveys. Now he takes a shot. Saved by Pretz. Rebound shot. Saved by Pretz again. And it's cleared out to center ice by Bloomington. 2 minutes are left. Utah's net is empty. They trail 3-1. Grizzlies to the left side as they'll saucer it in and bounce off a Bison skater who gets in the right wing. They'll tattoo it off the near boards. Bloomington gets the puck. Lee will skate towards the left side, trying to center it. Grizzlies pick it off. Manny gets back checked. Puck hit the opposite center ice. Bloomington gets it. They cross center ice. Matsushima moves to his right towards Lee. Grizzlies lose the puck. Shot from the right side. Misses the net. Grizzlies back behind their empty net with 1.5 minutes left in the third. Nielsen drops it off for Shea as he'll race to neutralize. Blue line to blue line pass goes tape to Lepster. He skates towards the left corner. Lepster gets a rough ride towards the left corner boards. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. 3-on-3 battle behind the net. Messner's in there. So is Fonstad. He gets pushed along his left side. Lepster moves it to the left wing wall. Now up top, left point, across to Yoon. He danced around on the right side. 1 minute left. Fonstad chips it off the left wing boards. Shea slides it up top to Dashke. He'll feed it across to Fonstad. Fonstad, right circle, fires towards the net, and that one goes wide. Stick side on Peretz. 45 seconds left. Yoon, he gets the puck on the right point. Now to Fonstad. Fonstad throws it towards the left side. Shot. And Lepster lost his balance on the one-timer as it goes wide. 35 seconds left. Fonstad look for a centering pass to bounce back towards him. Now left point. Yoon slides into the left circle. Time's running out. 26 seconds left. Yoon, he's in the high slot. He'll move it to his left. 22 seconds left. It's still a 2-goal game. Shea fires towards the net. Saved by Pretz. Rebound goes towards the right wing boards. Fonstad up top to Yoon. 13 seconds left. This baby's in the refrigerator. Yoon to Nilsson. One-timer. Saved by Peretz. Puck still alive. 7 seconds left. Shea fires towards the net wide. 5 seconds left. Grizzlies run out of time as the puck exits the neutralize. Now we'll do it. Grizzlies had the puck in the offensive zone for quite a bit of time there in the final 1.5 minutes of regulation. But neither team scored in the third period as Bloomington holds on for a 3-1 victory over the Grizzlies. Utah's losing streak is extended to 2 games, and Bloomington is now 6-1-1 over their last 8 games. Grizzlies outshot the Bison 15-2 in the third period. They got the scoring chances they wanted to try to climb back into the game, but they just couldn't find a way to get anything past Yaniv Peretz. The only goal scored by Utah tonight came 19:59 into the second period by Keaton Mastrodonato. So for the second straight game, the Grizzlies lose 3-1. And in both games, the opposition scored the first 3 goals of the contest. We'll come up with the post-game show in 1 minute. Once again, the final score in the opener of this 3-game weekend series. It's a Bloomington Bison 3 and the Utah Grizzlies 1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Final scores, the Bloomington Bison 3 and the Utah Grizzlies 1. Bloomington's record goes to 16-1-2 as they are now a 500 club. The Bison are 9-7-1-1 at home this season. Grizzlies fall to 11-20-3 this year, and Utah is now 4-12-1 on the road this season. 3 stars of the game. Looks like Jake Murray is the third star. He scored the first goal of the game, 10:08 into the first. The game-winning goal was scored by Chungmin Lee, and Lee is the number 2 star. He was born in Seoul, Korea. He scored his 8th goal of the season, and he tosses a T-shirt into the stands. Chances are pretty good to hit an empty blue seat. Lee is the second star tonight. Number 1 star, my guess, is the goaltender, Yaniv Peretz, was reassigned to the Bloomington Bison from their AHL affiliate earlier today. Peretz played with the Norfolk Admirals in 34 games last year and had a .889 save percentage. Yaniv Peretz played in 4 games with the Chicago Wolves this season, and he was reassigned to Bloomington earlier today. Peretz is the number 1 star tonight as he saved 28 of 29, and he came up with 15 key saves in the third period as the Grizzlies put together a pretty good rally to try to climb back into the game, but Peretz and company were just too much for the Grizzlies tonight. Bloomington scored 1 goal in the first period as Jake Murray got his 3rd of the year, with P.J. Fletcher and Brett Budgel getting the assists. Bloomington outshot Utah 11-6 in the first period, and the Bison, after one frame, led 1-0. Bloomington is now 10-0 when leading after one period this season. Early in the second, I think there's a little bit of controversy on what turned out to be the game winners. Lee was skating in. It looked like Corbett was out in front of Utah's net. Shot was fired, and then Lee took the feet of Corbett under him. Corbett got tripped up by Lee. Puck bounced off of Lee and into the back of the net to give Bloomington a 2-0 lead. If they were calling it tight tonight, I would say that Lee should have gotten a penalty there for taking the feet from Corbett beneath them. I mean, after all, if Corbett doesn't get tripped up by Lee, it probably bounces off of Corbett, and who knows where it goes after that. But, nevertheless, Chongmin Lee picked up his 8th of the year. It turned out to be the game winner, 2:10 into the second period. Stradaker and Matsushima picked up the assists. Bloomington extended the lead as they scored 3 seconds after the conclusion of a power play, 13:55 into the second, as Jared Westcott got his 3rd of the year. Gavin Gould and Case McCarthy picked up the assists. Grizzlies got a power play late in the second period as the Bison were called for too many men on the ice. That was 19:33 into the second. And with exactly 1 second left in the second period, Mastrodonato scored Utah's lone goal on a power play on a slap shot from just outside the right circle. Mastrodonato picked up his 7th goal of the year. It's his 2nd power play tally of the season. He now has a point in 4 straight games, and he also has a point in 11 of his last 12 contests. Neil Shea picked up an assist as his point-scoring streak extended to 4 games. Shea in 17 games this year, has 14 goals and 11 assists, and he now has a point in 15 of 17 games this season. Luke Manning also picked up his 11th assist of the season as he picked up the primary assist on Keaton Mastrodonato's 7th goal of the year. It was a power play goal. Utah went 1 for 4 on the power play, and the Grizzlies now have a second period goal in 19 of their last 20 games. Mastrodonato got a roughing minor at the buzzer to end the second period. Bloomington did not score on that power play. Grizzlies had 2 power plays later in the third period. Bykov was representing Bloomington as for the second time tonight. They were caught with too many men on the ice. That was 1:45 into the third period. And then Dalton Duhart picked up a slashing minor, 11-11 into the third period. Grizzlies had a couple good looks on both power plays, but just weren't able to find the back of the net. With a little bit less than 6 minutes left in the third period, it looked like a Grizzly player got hit with a high stick. It looked pretty blatant, and yet no call was made. That would have given the Grizzlies another power play. And who knows, maybe that would be the power play that could have gotten the Grizzlies back in this game. Bloomington, despite being outshot 15-2 in the third period, they won the shot battle 34-29. For the Grizzlies, Neil Shea led the way with 8 shots, including 4 in the final 2 minutes of regulation. Keaton Mastrodonato had 4 shots, including 1 goal. Brian Yoon had 3 shots. Briley Wood, Reed Lepster, Cade Nilsson, Cole Fonstad, and Chad Hillebrand in his Grizzlies debut. All those guys had 2 shots. Cooper Jones made his Grizzlies debut tonight, and he had 1 shot on goal. Cody Corbett, the captain Mick Messner, and Derek Dashke each had 1 shot. No shots each for Hunter Warner, who made his Grizzlies debut, and he played his first pro game in North America since the 2020-21 season when he was a member of the Iowa Wild. For Bloomington in their 34 shots, oddly enough, nobody had a multiple point game as they kind of were scattered, and they got contributions up and down the lineup. Zach Hoffman, along with Josh Boyer, Jared Westcott, and Chung-Ming Lee, all those skaters led the way with 4 shots for the Bison in the victory. Yaniv Peretz picks up the victory in net. He saved 28 of 29. Barcheski once again did a good job keeping the Grizzlies within striking range, striking distance. He saved 31 of 34. He was pulled for the extra attacker. With 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in regulation, Grizzlies did a good job over the last 3 minutes, controlling the puck and controlling the action to the point where, they were able to get quite a few shots on Peretz. They kept the puck in the offensive zone for most of the final minute and a half of regulation. They put on the pressure. They did what they could do, to try to climb back into it. But obviously, when you got a team on defensive mode, and obviously Bloomington only had 2 shots in the third period, there was just one of those things where, Grizzlies just couldn't quite get one through. Peretz played a good game in net. The Grizzlies come out on the short end of a 3-1 score. So we'll see if Utah can find a way to climb into the win column tomorrow night as they will take on the Bison for the second time ever. Bloomington's in their first season as a franchise. They're really coming into their own. They made quite a few roster moves over the last 3 or 4 weeks as Bloomington got off to a tough start this season, but they have now won 6 of their last 8 games. In fact, the Bison are 6-1-1 in their last 8 games, dating back to December 29th. And the Bison, during their 8-game stretch, they have outscored opponents 30-15. So they're doubling up the opposition in the scoring column over the last 8 games. They're playing pretty good hockey. So Utah's going to have to battle tomorrow if they want to find a way to come away with the 2 standings points and to even up the 3-game series. So now I'll wrap things up here as, it's one of those things. We're just, if you're watching on Flow Sports, the video feed was tough. We tried to describe the game the best we could, and we just one of those things that's kind of frustrating when you can't anticipate where the puck's going. You have a tough time figuring out who's even on the ice, let alone who's got it. We just tried to find a way to have some fun and talk some hockey as we're about halfway through the 72-game regular season. I just hope that there's some new camera operators over in Bloomington for tomorrow night's game. Or maybe I can find a plane ticket and see if I can fly out to Bloomington and be part of the second of the 3-game series. Well, that'll wrap things up. Grizzlies put together a pretty good third period effort. Just came out in the wrong end of a 3-1 score. Pre-game coverage tomorrow will be at 5:45. Face off at about 6:05 over in the Mountain Time Zone, 7:05 locally in Bloomington, Illinois. For the Grizzlies, they had 3 players making their team debuts: Chad Hillebrand, Cooper Jones, and Hunter Warner. Each arrived for the Grizzlies over the last couple days. And Brian Yoon earlier today was reassigned to the Grizzlies from the AHL's Colorado Eagles, where he appeared in back-to-back games on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. We'll see if Jake Barczewski's been a workhorse for the Grizzlies lately. We'll see if he'll be in net tomorrow or if it's going to be Vinny Duplessis. Interesting fun fact, Yaniv Peretz, the Bloomington goaltender tonight, he spent 3 seasons at Quinnipiac University. His last season was during the 2022-23 campaign. It was actually Vinny Duplessis who replaced him at Quinnipiac, and Duplessis was outstanding last season for that university. So we'll see if Vinny Duplessis gets a start. Obviously, with 3 games in 3 days, it's possible he'll either get the start tomorrow or he will start on Sunday afternoon. For the Grizzlies, Keaton Mastrodonato and Neil Shea extended their point-scoring streak to 4 straight games. And both guys have been outstanding for the Grizzlies as of late. We'll see if Utah can get a victory and end the 2-game losing slide tomorrow against the Bloomington Bison. Once again, in 2 hours and 25 minutes in front of a crowd of 3,029. I think on this video feed, we saw all 3,029 in attendance. It was the Bloomington Bison coming away with a 3-1 victory in their first ever meeting with the Utah Grizzlies. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, if not necessarily the final outcome. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Good night, everybody.